Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. A motorcycle driver is now in serious condition after a car slammed into him and then took off. This happened in Charlotte County at the intersection of 41 and Dahlgren Avenue. Troopers say the car involved is a white Honda Civic with damage to the front and left end. It also may have a Pennsylvania license plate. Governor Ron DeSantis says our state could have doses of a new COVID-19 vaccine within the next 3 to 6 weeks, but Florida hospitals already have a new treatment that's helping high-risk COVID-19 patients. Governor DeSantis says there are thousands of doses of monoclonal antibody treatments sent to Florida hospitals with the greatest need just days ago, including Lee Health. Naples Park community members met to discuss ways to keep their neighbors safe on Thursday after 5 women came forward saying a man tried to kidnap them. The Collier County Sheriff's Office joined in on the meeting. They say 100 tips have come in and they're looking into every single one of them. Flight restrictions are set to take effect around Southwest Florida International Airport and on Sanibel starting Saturday. Now, some are speculating Vice President Mike Pence will spend Thanksgiving holiday on Sanibel. We've reached out to the White House. We're still trying to get confirmation. Former Collier County Deputy Stephen Calkins appeared in court in the disappearance of 2 men. It's believed Calkins is the last person to see Terrence Williams and Felipe Santos alive before they disappeared 16 years ago. A hearing in the wrongful death lawsuit will take place in Iowa, where Calkins now lives on December 11th. Water will continue to flow from Lake Okeechobee into the Caloosahatchee. The Army Corps had hoped to slow or stop releases, but then Ada paid the state a visit, causing the lake levels to rise. The Corps will revisit releases after Thanksgiving. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. Traffic is busy in Collier. There's a northbound slowdown already on Livingston heading northbound to Immokalee Road. Also traffic slowing getting off of I-75 onto Golden Gate Parkway heading west towards Livingston. It's not a major backup, just a tap of those brakes. Southbound congestion on Santa Barbara heading south towards Davis. Also delays on 951 north to I-75. That trip to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, mixture of sunshine and clouds, warm and breezy, where a stray shower is possible, but overall pretty limited. Chance of rain for the weekend, but not a washout, just a few spotty showers as we're breezy on Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s all the way towards Sunday, and then more of those 80s and overall pretty quiet weather pattern all the way towards the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
Rockstar Harley needs used inventory, so we're giving 115% of Kelly Blue Book value when trading for a new Harley this week. Rockstar Harley has finance specialists on site to help get you approved. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We trade anything, bikes, cars, RVs, and more. It's worth more at Rockstar Harley. Oh, way too much in your trade? Get 115% of Kelly Blue Book trade value right now at Rockstar Harley.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. Zero security deposit with lender approval, $13.33 per month per $1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine, expires month end.
Attention Florida plumbers, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to take a look down at your uniform shirt. Is the name Best Home Services embroidered on the front? If not, I have some very bad news. You're working at the wrong company. Join a team where you can create your own opportunities. Join Best Home Services. If you take pride in providing outstanding customer service, Best Home Services is where you want to be. Of course, we offer top wages, top benefits, top perks, but it's the other stuff that makes us different. You and your family deserve more. Join the team at Best Home Services and enjoy living up to the name. Best Home Services, now hiring plumbers.
Dell Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 40% off a new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 40% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplysafe.com/holiday for 40% off and a free camera today.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. Boy, it is a Friday before a holiday, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like there are things that I'm going to leave you with today that are going to ruminate through the weekend, that are going to marinate, and I have no idea what the next few weeks and months are going to be like. Let's just put it this way. As I start the program today, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe. You could watch either on YouTube or on Facebook. I appreciate you doing both for the time being. That is good stuff. I know I'm getting, did I tell you that I'm getting, Jake, that I'm getting messages that a lot of our stuff's being flagged already? You figured that was going to happen. All right.
It's been happening since the beginning.
Yeah, beginning of time. Okay, anyway. So what's going to happen today? I really do want to hear from you. 239-479-5592. I want to hear from you this morning and would love to know, after the very long presser yesterday with the Trump legal team, with Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani and our friend Jenna Ellis, I would like to know your thoughts. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Do you feel like the media is telling you and others that there's a conspiracy? This is just conspiracy. What are you chasing? What are we doing here? You're destroying institutions. How dare you do this? We need to move on. Or, having listened to the press conference yesterday, are you now convinced more than ever that something is going on here? And I'm going to do something today that is bound to upset a lot of people. And it's okay. It's okay. Because what I care about is the truth. What I care about is the Constitution. I care about the rule of law. I don't care about Republicans. I don't care about Democrats. I'm a conservative first. I care about this country first. I don't care about any party. I don't care about any person. I care about your character. I care about the truth, and I care about the country. So what I'm going to talk about this morning is not going to be an assassination of character. It's not going to be anything like that. What it's going to be is, I just want to express my thoughts on what I heard last night and yesterday, and have you understand that all I want is, I believe, the same thing that this audience wants. We just want everything to come to fruition. We just want everything to follow the steps legally, which constitutionally this president has in this process. And if there is evidence of fraud and there is evidence of American citizens not being able to enjoy their constitutional rights, that they have been endowed by their creator and that we have in this country, then I think we've got a problem and we need to recognize it and we need to follow through on it. If there is an equal protection clause in the Constitution and you as an American citizen are not getting your equal protection under the law, I got a problem with that. And if there's evidence that that is happening, that has to stop. Will it overturn an election? I don't know. But I do want to make sure that that is reinforced as we move forward. Now, having said that, I have no golden calves. I do not worship at the altar of any person, any news organization, anybody. All I'm telling you is that I heard some things last night on Tucker Carlson's program, and I want to talk about it. And I want to give you my thoughts. And I'm not saying that Tucker Carlson's a bad guy. I'm not saying that he's necessarily wrong. I just have questions about his tactics last night going after Sidney Powell and the Trump legal team. I understand his point of view, and I'm not saying that Tucker Carlson needs to be thrown off the air. And you may be looking at me, and you may have listened to Tucker's program last night, and you may completely disagree with what I'm about to tell you. And that's okay. But I do have to say it. Yesterday, we got from the Trump legal team many reasons why the Trump campaign feels like there are challenges to this election. Not the least of which are the questions about the Dominion voting machines and the software, and how there is article after article after article before the election, weeks before the election. You can go to PBS. I played the audio. You can go to the New York Times. I read the article. You can go to many different media outlets, NBC and the like, who all did studies. They all did stories on election fraud because of these Dominion machines and the software, Smartmatic software, and the connections to Venezuela and the concerns that they all had before the election. How Canada, where the software and the machines are located, the country, will not even use the machines because they have their own doubts about it. Now, I will tell you this. It's one thing that I find interesting that nobody brings up, and it's this, that these machines that are in question, the Dominion voting machines and the news stories and everything that has happened before the election, my belief is that every major media outlet put it out there that the machines are fraudulent, the software is fraudulent, there's problems, they can be hacked. You have professors who hacked in 7 minutes. You have all of this that's out there still on the interwebs. It doesn't go away. Thank you, Al Gore. With the sole purpose, I believe, to make the case that if Donald Trump won the election fair and square, that they were going to use those news articles as another example of how Donald Trump was in league with China, was in league with Russia, was in league with North Korea, pick your country, and those machines got hacked to give Donald Trump the election. That's why they did it. The only reason why they did it is because they wanted to admit what was there, but also to sow the seeds of doubt into the election. Because it is humorous how they don't talk about that now. There's no mention of China. There's no mention of Russia. There's no mention of hacking. They talked about it for weeks before the election about the problem with the machines, but yet now all of a sudden there's none. Okay, so 239-479-5592. If you have some thoughts, maybe you have some doubts, maybe you have some questions about the press conference, I'd love to get your thoughts. But I will say this. There's a ton of audio that we're going to be able to play. Rudy Giuliani, who laid it out, key points. The observers prevented from watching the mail-in ballots being opened, the unequal application of the law in Democrat counties, which is the paramount, the one single thing I think that is critically important in this, that is a case to be made about the Constitution that is It's cut and dry, everybody. Either that happened and equal protection was out, or it was not. Either in blue counties, they were afforded the opportunity to fix a ballot by the poll worker, and they did not afford that same opportunity for people outside of places like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. If they have the evidence, then that is a clear constitutional violation, and it's cut and dry. There is no. There's no. You got a witness. You got somebody who could prove it. Either it happened or it didn't. People that arrived at the polls to discover other people voted for them. Election officials allegedly told not to look for defects in ballots and to backdate them. Ballots casting votes for Joe Biden and no other candidates allegedly run several times through machines. Absentee ballots accepted in Wisconsin without being applied first. Allegedly overvotes, with some precincts allegedly recording more voters than residents, among other problems. Voting machines and software allegedly owned by companies with ties to Venezuela and George Soros. And of course, the Constitution provides a process for electing a president if the vote is corrupted, that there is a process to go through. This is what Joel Pollack at Breitbart laid out in his article about what Rudy Giuliani laid out, the 9 points, but it wasn't enough for the media. By the way, a media who didn't cover it, but was quick to denounce it. Conspiracy theories, Fox News did it, CNN did it, everybody did it. They all said it's crazy, this is all debunked. Everything that Rudy Giuliani says is a lie. They use the word lie a couple of times. And then there was Tucker's show last night. Now, I'm gonna play. Here's what I want to do. I want to play the segment, a portion of the first 4-minute segment there, where he talked about Sidney Powell and her case and her concerns about the Dominion voting machines and the changing of ballots. And I'll play, and then I'm going to just kind of break it down to give you a perspective of why I just had some questions about what Tucker Carlson was doing last night. And again, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It doesn't, just because I have questions about Tucker Carlson doesn't mean that Tucker Carlson is now in league with Fox and they're all the same and see it. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm saying. I just want you to follow my personal view on what I heard last night. And then I want to get to your calls, 239-479-5592. So let's do that right now. So Tucker Carlson did the analysis on Sidney Powell and what was said at the press conference. First, Sidney Powell was making the case about the Dominion voting machines and what they had discovered.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes. It can set and run an algorithm that probably ran all over the country to take a certain percentage of votes from President Trump and flip them to President Biden, which we might never have uncovered had the votes for President Trump not been so overwhelming in so many of these states that it broke the algorithm that had been plugged into the system. And that's what caused them to have to shut down in the states they shut down.
All right, so you're following what Sidney Powell has been saying for weeks. She's studied this. She's examined this for weeks. This is the part of the case that they are making. I am confident that if Sidney Powell feels like she has something, she has something. And what Sidney Powell is saying is that these Dominion voting machines were made to be hacked into. The parties that were hacking. I mean, there are legitimate questions. What she's suggesting is that when they saw the insurmountable lead that Donald Trump had this election, it was going to be an unbelievable landslide. They were not ready for this. So they shut down the voting in these states. They stopped it so that they could figure out how to remedy it. And it was either changing the algorithm to get more out of the digital side of it, or it was the overnight flooding of mail-in ballots that started to come in where all of a sudden we woke up the next day and we're like, wait a minute, Joe Biden's up by 11,000. He was just down by 100,000. How is that possible? How did all of this happen? In the history of this country, I can't remember a time when with multiple states decided all at the same time to shut down completely because they couldn't finish the vote tally. Nobody has any question about it. Like, that doesn't seem weird. And who were the people in these states that made that call? That's the other thing we need to find out. Anybody asking? Any journalists out there doing some journalism? Who made the call and why? Oh, Drew, it's simple. It's because COVID. Don't you understand? There were so many mail-in ballots. There was no way. There was an insurmountable amount for the human beings that were there to count. Really? Is that true? So Sidney Powell is convinced that they have the evidence to show about the doubts that there are with these Dominion machines. So here is what Tucker Carlson had to say after that. And this is my issue with what he said. Now, again, you may be mad at me for saying this after the fact. You may disagree with me, and it's okay. And I want to hear from you, 239-479-5592. So here comes Tucker.
That was a few hours ago, but Sidney Powell has been saying similar things for days. On Sunday night, we texted her after watching one of her segments. What Powell was describing would amount to the single greatest crime in American history. Millions of votes stolen in a day. Democracy destroyed. The end of our centuries-old system of self-government. Not a small thing.
No, it's not a small thing. And so certainly if she's making an accusation like that, I give Sidney Powell the benefit of the doubt because I know and I see and Tucker sees and you see what they have done to General Michael Flynn. She's Mike Flynn's lawyer, and you see what a judge has done to Mike Flynn, where all the evidence was there to throw out a case, and the judge is like, no, I'm not really feeling that right now. I think we need to continue to keep this case open, even though there was no evidence, and even though it was closed. It was basically, we've got this. You remember all of that, and then the judge is like, no, not so fast. Like, I see how justice was served to Mike Flynn, and forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell may have some doubts about the process, as enormous as it is.
Now, to be perfectly clear, we did not dismiss any of it. We don't dismiss anything anymore, particularly when it's related to technology. We've talked to too many Silicon Valley whistleblowers. We've seen too much.
Right, we've seen too much, right, Tucker? We've seen the censorship from Twitter and Facebook. We've seen it on display. Every single person knows this exists. So the fact that Sidney Powell believes she has information with the Dominion voting systems and the software, and it's out there, and she laid it out to you yesterday, which apparently I guess is not enough, I think it should go through the process, and let's see what kind of discovery we have. We're at the beginning stages, unfortunately. The pace needs to speed up, but certainly there seems to be a case here. I trust Sidney Powell on this.
After 4 years, this may be the single most open-minded show on television. We literally do UFO segments, not because we're crazy or had even been interested in the subject, but because there is evidence that UFOs are real and everyone lies about it. There's evidence that a lot of things that responsible people used to dismiss out of hand as ridiculous are in fact real. And we don't care who mocks it. The louder the Yale Political Science Department and the staff of the Atlantic magazine scream, "conspiracy theory," the more interested we tend to be.
Right, and I tend to be as well, considering that we all know that there was a Russian collusion hoax perpetrated against this president, an American citizen, where they tried to overturn an election and tried to get rid of and impeach a duly elected president. And we never had affidavits during the Russia collusion hoax. We never had signed affidavit. We never had anybody under oath. We never had any of the things that we have now. And you understand the depth and the gravity of where we are today. It's ominous, it's scary, but we should follow this out in the courts to see what we have here if we care about election integrity in the future, right? All right, so let him go.
That's usually a sign you're over the target. A lot of people with impressive sounding credentials in this country are frauds. They have no idea what they're doing. They're children posing as authorities, and when they're caught, they lie, and then they blame you for it.
Absolutely. There's no, he's right on.
We see that every day. It's the central theme of this show, and will continue to be. So that's a long way of saying we took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. We've always respected her work. We simply wanted to see the details. How could you not want to see them? So we invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention.
Now, let me just stop right there. She doesn't have to use Fox News and Tucker Carlson's show to make her case. There's a court to do this. She doesn't have to lay it all out there. And I'm going to stop here because I see a lot of people are calling, and I want to get to your calls, and we need to go to break. But let me just say this. In my view, what Tucker Carlson did last night and saying we reached out, we called, and then ultimately Sidney Powell was like, please stop calling me. I'm not going to come on the show. Forgive me if I honestly believe that Sidney Powell and others have such disdain and distrust for media right now that there is a fear that even on going on to Tucker Carlson's program to lay out a case that you're trying to make about fraud in this election, that to put it all out there in the media and to let the media decide, the court of public opinion, which is not where anything should be decided. Forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell might have some questions and might be worried about even going on to Tucker Carlson's program after everything that she has witnessed through all of the years and everything that she has been a part of. Remember, she was there during the Enron scandal, and there were a lot of shady things that happened there, everybody. She was there with General Mike Flynn, and you can see all the shady things on display. Mike Flynn should be a free man. There should be no discussion about if he should be, if that case should have gone the way it went. Excuse me. But you see what I'm saying? That, forgive me if she's suspicious of anybody at this point and just wants to get all the evidence, continue to have these affidavits come in and not worry about what everybody else thinks, but to go to a court and have this done the right way. And maybe I'm wrong about that. And again, it doesn't make, in my eyes, it was just an odd segment last night. Like Tucker Carlson is the arbiter of all things that is the truth. And he's not. He's a journalist. He's an opinion host, just like I am, just like anybody else is. So she doesn't have to go on to Tucker's show. Now, again, might upset people. 239-479-5592. Want to get your thoughts on this. And when you saw the presser last night, did you walk away thinking conspiracy theory, I'm done, let's get to Joe Biden as president-elect, or do you have more doubts? I'm just asking. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
If you haven't noticed, Black Friday sales are already underway. As retailers try to ramp up sales during the pandemic, Target unveiled its latest deals that go on sale Sunday. Amazon's deals start today. Travelers are calling off holiday trips as COVID cases skyrocket. This latest drop in travel is hurting the airline industry's hope to increase revenue this year. Meantime, United Airlines and American Airlines announced they're scrapping change fees for long-haul international flights. General Motors says it's increasing its investment in electric vehicles to $27 billion over the next 5 years as it aims to bring 30 models to the market by 2025. And on Wall Street, the Dow rose 44 points, the Nasdaq gained 103. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right. All along.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, concessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs. 239-992-2626. 239-992-2626. A big thank you from Jake the Millennial for AMCO Bonita Springs.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Tyler McDaniel here. And Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care. 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcare.com. License number CAC 057163.
Daybreak with Drew Steve.
All right, coming up, Tim and Amy and Matt got a lot of calls coming in. People want to comment on the Trump legal team presser yesterday. We're going to get to your thoughts. Want to hear from you. What do you think? Has your mind changed at all, or do you think it's all conspiracy theory? We'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with TriFound with the TriFound Financial Team. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with TriFound, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Insurance products offered through TriFound Financial, LLC.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? For experienced advice on planning for retirement, tune in to Saving the Investor with Alfie Townsend, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District this weekend for their biggest diamond event of the year. View the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at wholesale prices, along with 3 years interest-free financing. Save up to 50% on the Diamond District's entire collection of beautiful diamond jewelry this weekend at the Diamond District.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. A motorcycle driver is now in serious condition after a car slammed into him and then took off. This happened in Charlotte County at the intersection of 41 and Dahlgren Avenue. Troopers say the car involved is a white Honda Civic with damage to the front and left end. It also may have a Pennsylvania license plate. Governor Ron DeSantis says our state could have doses of a new COVID-19 vaccine within the next 3 to 6 weeks, but Florida hospitals already have a new treatment that's helping high-risk COVID-19 patients. Governor DeSantis says there are thousands of doses of monoclonal antibody treatments sent to Florida hospitals with the greatest need just days ago, including Lee Health. Naples Park community members met to discuss ways to keep their neighbors safe on Thursday after 5 women came forward saying a man tried to kidnap them. The Collier County Sheriff's Office joined in on the meeting. They say 100 tips have come in, and they're looking into every single one of them. Flight restrictions are set to take effect around Southwest Florida International Airport and on Sanibel starting Saturday. Now, some are speculating Vice President Mike Pence will spend Thanksgiving holiday on Sanibel. We've reached out to the White House. We're still trying to get confirmation. Former Collier County Deputy Stephen Calkins appeared in court in the disappearance of 2 men. It's believed Calkins is the last person to see Terrence Williams and Felipe Santos alive before they disappeared 16 years ago. A hearing in the wrongful death lawsuit will take place in Iowa, where Calkins now lives, on December 11th. Water will continue to flow from Lake Okeechobee into the Caloosahatchee. The Army Corps had hoped to slow or stop releases, but then Ada paid the state a visit, causing the lake levels to rise. The Corps will revisit releases after Thanksgiving. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Taking a look at the traffic cams, we are busy on 41 heading southbound towards Gladiolus and Fort Myers. Also delays building in Fort Myers on Tree Line heading south to Daniels Parkway. In Gateway, the slowdown is on Gateway Boulevard north to 82. As of right now, the average speed is about 14 miles per hour. So in Gateway, the slowdown is on Griffin Drive heading northbound to State Road 82. The average speed is around 16 miles per hour. If you're heading north, just go ahead and hop on Gateway Boulevard. It's up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, mixture of sunshine and clouds, warm and breezy, where a stray shower is possible, but overall pretty limited. Chance of rain for the weekend, but not a washout, just a few spotty showers as we're breezy on Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s all the way towards Sunday, and then more of those 80s, and overall pretty quiet weather pattern all the way towards the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. If your air conditioner could call somebody to help them when they really needed service, they'd call Kobe Cooling. Your air conditioner knows that for real air conditioning service, you need a real NATE certified mechanic. And Kobe Cooling stands alone as having the only 100% NATE certified mechanic team in Southwest Florida. Why did we spend the time and money for this training? Well, we did it for you. We want you to have the best trained and best certified mechanic at your home to handle your needs. It's not required in Florida, but at Kobe Cooling, it's mandatory. So call the best air conditioning company in Southwest Florida, as voted year after year in the news press polls. Call 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
If someone you love uses a wheelchair, this holiday season give them the gift of mobility with the world's lightest wheelchair from 1-800-WHEELCHAIR. Most wheelchairs are bulky and weigh up to 40 pounds. But at only 13 pounds, the featherweight wheelchair is as easy to load and unload as a bag of groceries. The world's lightest wheelchair folds and opens in just 2 seconds and will fit into any car trunk. Right now, you could have the world's lightest wheelchair for as little as $16 a month. Order today and we'll include our Black Friday special, a free travel case for your wheelchair, a $49 value, yours free. Stop struggling with old-fashioned, bulky, and heavy wheelchairs. Get your freedom to travel back with the world's lightest wheelchair today. Just call 1-800-WHEELCHAIR or go online to 1-800-WHEELCHAIR.com. That's right, our number and our website are the same. Call 1-800-WHEELCHAIR or go to 1-800-WHEELCHAIR.com.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. You can too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, you can get up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these three things happen. Now, If you answer yes to all three, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all three questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Want to get to your calls right now, 239-479-5592. Get your thoughts on the Trump legal team presser yesterday and the pressure from the media and Tucker Carlson's show last night where he kind of questioned Sidney Powell a little bit, which... Forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell might have some doubts about the media and treatment from media outlets and also even from judges who might get a head start or understand a little more detail about what they have and do not have when it comes to evidence because of what she had to go through with the Flynn hearing and Judge Emmett Sullivan and some of the ridiculous things that happened in that case. Forgive me if I feel like she's a little... shy about giving every single bit of evidence that a case has to the media, regardless of who it is and what network it is. Also, $10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Please, please, please don't forget about our men and women serving overseas to protect this country. And during the holiday season, and I can tell you from experience as I flew out to Ramstein in Germany last year to hand deliver cards, your cards to them, what it means that you remember them during Christmas, many of them without family to be together with and enjoy Christmas. So 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902, and the 5 Mel's Diner locations, drop-off locations. 1 in Fort Myers, 1 in Cape Coral, 1 in Bonita, and 2 in Naples. All right, let's go to your calls. Let's start with Tim in Naples. Tim, the press conference. What did you think yesterday, Tim?
Well, good morning, Drew. Listen, I've got a couple of points. First of all of those legal minds that are behind that podium yesterday, they know full well with the landscape of how the media behaves and how they like to twist and how they like to spin and cherry pick certain words and statements. There is no way that those people are going to stand up there and make those claims knowing full well that the media that they're saying it to behaves the way they behave without having evidence to back up every single thing that they had to say.
Well, remember something too, Tim. Most of the networks didn't even cover it. All they did was bash it. That's all they did was it's lies. The cases were thrown out. There's nothing to see here. This is just Rudy Giuliani. I mean, the word lie was thrown around by Rudy Giuliani, about Rudy Giuliani by the media on numerous occasions yesterday, and they didn't even play it.
And, well, of course not, because, they even came out and said, I know what you're going to say. I know what your headlines are going to be. And it's exactly what they said it was going to be. And what struck me was the Fox News so-called journalist that came out and said that Giuliani was light on evidence. Well,
that was Kristen Fisher, I think is her name, yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone's ever been in court and they've ever been on jury duty, they'll hear 2 attorneys make their opening statement, and they're going to say these words: the evidence will show that we can prove. Now, that's exactly what Giuliani was saying yesterday. He wasn't giving them evidence. He wasn't telling them, here's what we got.
Yeah.
He's telling them, here's what's happening, and we have evidence that will show that we can prove that that's what's happening. And that should always be played out in a court of law.
Yeah, and that's where they're... Well, that's a great point, Tim. That's where they're going to do it. They're going to do it in the court of law. Amy's in L.A. Amy wanted to weigh in on this. Hey, Amy.
For 3 people.
Hello, Amy.
Hey, Drew. Good morning.
Good morning. Your thoughts, Amy?
I want to thank you and Jake for all of your hard work. And, I totally agree with you about Tucker last night. It was disappointing. I can't believe that he attacked Sidney Powell. I felt like he attacked her without attacking her. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to be sly about it or something.
I was just disappointed that that Tucker felt like it was his show that somehow in journalism and media was going to be the arbiter of the truth when there's a case to be made that's going to go to court, and how Sidney Powell, with all of the issues that she's had with the media, with judges like the judge in the Flynn case, Emmett Sullivan, and all of the ridiculousness that went on with that case. Forgive me if I feel like she's a little worried about putting it all out there, and it's not the court of public opinion to make the decision.
So how about, is she not busy? Is she not busy putting together a case in 4 states?
Well, they laid out a lot of the evidence in the case to begin with. Affidavits. You're talking about. She explained what it was that they were looking at and they were concerned about, and ultimately they're going to give the evidence to a court. Why is that not enough? It seems unusual, especially, and Amy, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, especially when you flip it around. I mean, if Joe Biden were the one that were questioning this, and this election was a landslide on the side of Donald Trump, that the media would afford Joe Biden every opportunity to explain his case. You know it, and I know it. Gabriel wants to weigh in on this. Hey, Gabriel.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Listen, I can give you everything you want to hear. I'm in the industry, and
what industry is that?
Intelligence industry, and I'm
you're in right now. You're in the intelligence industry.
right now.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to ask me questions or if you want me to just tell you exactly what's going on and how long it's been going on for. And I will tell you what the president has. So, and I will tell you what's going on at Fox. So I don't know how you want me to do it. How do you want me to do it? You want to ask me questions or do you want me to just tell you?
I'm going to have you hold on there. 239-479-5592. I'm just wondering how Gabriel has all the evidence of what Trump is doing on the intelligence side. That's okay. Sidney Powell yesterday was making the case on Fox Business about what is going to be the case moving forward, and when it comes to the legal team, that looks like that they're going to sue election officials who certify fraudulent results for Joe Biden. Is that what she's saying? Well, let's see here.
Additional provisions that it be decided according to the amendment. It's just
let's turn it to Smartmatic and Dominion. Are they or are they not linked?
Oh, they're definitely linked. I would call them inextricably intertwined. They have the same history from their inception. I'm sure they're trying to distance themselves from each other, but the fact is that the Dominion machines run the Softmatic software or parts of the key code of it, and that is what allows them to manipulate the votes in any way the operators choose to manipulate them. And every time there was a glitch, as they called it, or a connection to the Internet, they also violated state laws that required the machines to be certified and nothing to be changed before the votes. There are any number of legal grounds on which the use of those machines has to be stopped.
All right, so Sidney Powell believes there's a lot of grounds legally for these machines to be stopped and that they will sue election officials who certify the results as she believes they are fraudulent. She'll make that case. Now, I know that there are people that are listening to this program that get worried, that think that it's a conspiracy theory because there's just no way that people can believe that our elections would be fraught with this kind of illegality and fraudulent balloting and these machines and the changing of and how it seems so devious. It seems like, to Tucker Carlson's point, that this is serious allegations. This goes to the foundation of our Constitution and free and fair elections. And are you really sure you want to go down that road? Well, are people really sure that they wanted to go down the road that a president of the United States would use his administration to go after an American citizen using the FBI and the CIA to fraudulently say that someone was in league with Russia to overturn an election and make that case in 2016? It happened. They did it. And nobody wanted to believe that either. So if you're telling me that the only thing that we have to worry about right now is the fraudulent use of these machines to make Joe Biden become president of the United States, and I have a case to prove that these machines are a problem, then maybe we should not worry about and make it sound so grandiose like how dare you make a suggestion that our foundation is going to crumble here, that the free and fair election, you're challenging it. If it's a machine, we get rid of the machines. We go to paper ballots. There are many places around the globe that go to paper ballots because they understand that human beings, as flawed as they are, we can have more control over than machines like these machines that the case has been made that manipulate votes. And Sidney Powell, if the legal team believes that they have that case there, don't you want to know? Or do you just want to continue it because I can't imagine in a million years that this could be the case. I can't imagine in a million years that a former president of the United States and vice president would do anything to circumvent an election and try to undo a duly elected president and try to bring him down for 4 years. I can't believe that would happen. That's an outrageous statement, and we should dismiss that as conspiracy until it's not. I don't have a problem with this running through everybody. I don't have a problem with the legal team making their case to the American people that there's there, and we're going to go to courts to see how far courts are willing to go with the there, and we'll take it where it goes. I do have a problem with news organizations and individuals who want to dismiss it because it seems so outrageous on its face that it sounds conspiratorial when we are surrounded lately with a lot of conspiratorial. That turned out not to be. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being conspiratorial in the way I'm talking. 239-479-5592. All right, let's go to break. And when we come back from the break next hour, I'll play more audio from Rudy Giuliani. Boy, the back and forth with a reporter yesterday, Rudy Giuliani, just shows you what reporters think about the legal team, but then put that in comparison to what reporters would be doing to Joe Biden yesterday and the kind of pressure they put on him for answer. Oh, no, there was no pressure. As a matter of fact, softballs for everybody. Yeah, we're going to get to the Biden presser as well because you need to hear that. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Sabrina Katz says.
A few crashes in Lehigh Acres this morning. There's a crash at Alvin Avenue and Brookfield Street. This is heading southbound towards Lee Boulevard, and traffic is starting to slow down. Also, northbound delays on Westgate heading towards Lee Boulevard. A crash reported at State Road 82 and 40th Street, not slowing traffic as of right now. This is heading west towards Gunnery, starting from Sunshine. Also, if you are in Lehigh, the crash at Leonard Boulevard in Haviland is causing a delay heading eastbound on Leonard towards Gunnery Road. If you're making the eastbound commute, go ahead and stick to State Road 82. It's fully up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Warm and breezy for your Friday. Stray shower possible, but most are dry. Mixture of sun and clouds. And then a chance of rain for the weekend. Few spotty showers, but not a washout with temps in the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. New York City and surrounding suburbs face the unthinkable. According to Bloomberg News, service on city buses and subways could be reduced by 40%. Commuter trains by 50%. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority says they're going to be forced to raise fares and tolls and cut 9,000 jobs. Now, for the 15 million people who depend on New York's mass transit, this is a disaster. Bloomberg calls it a doomsday scenario. They predict that if these cuts happen, the economic fallout will continue even after the pandemic is over. The entire region will suffer, and the suffering could last for years. New York's economy could take a $65 billion hit. Total job losses could be north of 450,000. Now, this adds up to a huge, steaming pile of bad news for the Northeast, but there is a solution that would stop this dead in its tracks. If the federal government just steps in with a bunch of cash, none of this bad stuff will happen. So New York transportation bosses are begging and pleading. They want a measly $12 billion from the federal treasury. It would save the buses, save the subways, save the commuter trains, the jobs, the economy, or the mayor de Blasio, or the Democrat Party for closing down New York to play political games. That's their objective. I hope it doesn't happen.
If you're thinking about gifts this holiday season, our friends at Cadenwood, the trusted leaders in CBD, have some ideas of their own to offer. First, there's Level Select CBD, a reliable line of sports creams and roll-ons that use a proprietary formula of broad spectrum and nano CBD for fast absorption for quick relief. It's perfect for the loved ones on your gift list trying to stay active. Well, speaking of loved ones, there's Cadenwood's new Purity Preferred Pet CBD with calming and hip and joint relief for your dog or cat. All their products have 0% THC, are independently tested, and made in the USA. Level Select CBD is now offering a great holiday gift pack that includes 2 of their most popular products for an incredible 50% savings. Go to LevelSelectCBD.com now and use promo code HOLIDAY. That's LevelSelectCBD.com, promo code HOLIDAY for a 50% off gift pack. Not available in Idaho, Iowa, or South Dakota.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
The deadline to get or switch health coverage for 2021 is quickly approaching. December 15th is the last day to enroll. Otherwise, you may have to wait a whole year to enroll in a health plan. These days, healthcare has become top of mind for many of us. COVID impacting so many lives. Now it's more important than ever to have the right health coverage. So be sure to check out the new My Blue plans from Florida Blue. They have plans starting as low as $0 monthly payment with doctor visits also as low as $0. You can get 24/7 virtual visits for nothing for $0. Plus, you can earn up to $5,000 in rewards. What's better than that? But you need to hurry. Time is running out. Enrollment ends December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you. Call 800-530-5182 or visit floridablue.com/wegetyou today.
To be eligible for $0 monthly cost, your Marketplace monthly Advantage premium tax credit must be equal to or be more than the premium. These policies have limitations and exclusions. Health insurance is offered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc., DBA Florida Blue. HMO coverage is offered by Health Options, Inc., DBA Florida Blue HMO. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premium and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to rewards program terms and conditions. 103999.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 US signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval, $13.33 per month per thousand borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine, expires month end.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. A motorcycle driver is now in serious condition after a car slammed into him and then took off. This happened in Charlotte County at the intersection of 41 and Dahlgren Avenue. Troopers say the car involved is a white Honda Civic with damage to the front and left end. It also may have a Pennsylvania license plate. Governor Ron DeSantis says our state could have doses of a new COVID-19 vaccine within the next 3 to 6 weeks, but Florida hospitals already have a new treatment that's helping high-risk COVID-19 patients. Governor DeSantis says there are thousands of doses of monoclonal antibody treatments sent to Florida hospitals with the greatest need just days ago, including Lee Health. Naples Park community members met to discuss ways to keep their neighbors safe on Thursday after 5 women came forward saying a man tried to kidnap them. The Collier County Sheriff's Office joined in on the meeting. They say 100 tips have come in and they're looking into every single one of them. Flight restrictions are set to take effect around Southwest Florida International Airport and on Sanibel starting Saturday. Now, some are speculating Vice President Mike Pence will spend Thanksgiving holiday on Sanibel. We've reached out to the White House. We're still trying to get confirmation. Former Collier County Deputy Stephen Calkins appeared in court in the disappearance of 2 men. It's believed Calkins is the last person to see Terrence Williams and Felipe Santos alive before they disappeared 16 years ago. A hearing in the wrongful death lawsuit will take place in Iowa, where Calkins now lives, on December 11th. Water will continue to flow from Lake Okeechobee into the Caloosahatchee. The Army Corps had hoped to slow or stop releases, but then Ada paid the state a visit, causing the lake levels to rise. The Corps will revisit releases after Thanksgiving. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A few crashes in Lehigh Acres this morning. There's a crash at Alvin Avenue and Brookfield Street. This is heading southbound towards Lee Boulevard, and traffic is starting to slow down. Also, northbound delays on Westgate heading towards Lee Boulevard. A crash reported at State Road 82 and 40th Street, not slowing traffic as of right now. This is heading west towards Gunnery, starting from Sunshine. Also, if you are in Lehigh, the crash at Leonard Boulevard in Haviland is causing a delay heading eastbound on Leonard towards Gunnery Road. If you're making the eastbound commute, go ahead and stick to State Road 82. It's fully up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, mixture of sunshine and clouds, warm and breezy, where a stray shower is possible, but overall pretty limited. Chance of rain for the weekend, but not a washout, just a few spotty showers as we're breezy on Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s all the way towards Sunday, and then more of those 80s and overall pretty quiet weather pattern all the way towards the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Hundreds of happy customers all across Southwest Florida have already gotten the full original base MSRP for their trade-in. It's not too late for you to do the same, but only if you come see us here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still bring us that 5, 6, 7-year-old car you're driving now, and we'll pay you the same price that you paid for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yeah, so whatever it was worth back in 2014, that's exactly what it'll be worth now. But only at Naples Nissan. We don't care where you bought it from or if it was already used when you bought it. If it's a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, we're paying you the full original base MSRP for it. Go to naplesnissan.com and pick out your favorite new Nissan model. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road so you can drive home in that brand new Nissan today. Get all the details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Dell Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 40% off a new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 40% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplysafe.com/holiday for 40% off and a free camera today.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here at 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Want to hear from you this morning, streaming live on YouTube. Why don't I see you? At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Subscribe to the channel while you're there. 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Please do not forget about our men and women serving overseas. We've got a lot of people that are getting their church organization, their schools, their communities together to get Christmas cards for our troops. Don't seal them. Don't put glitter inside. Just wrap them up. And then Kim Gade and everybody at Lee Health will go to the post office. They're going to go to the Mel's Diner drop-off locations, gather them up, vet them, and then we get them shipped out via transport so that they'll go across the globe. And remember, December 5th is our deadline, so that's that Saturday. So before that, we'd like to get them all in, as many as possible, and then we'll have a final count, and hopefully we'll be at the 10,000. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers 33902. Okay, want to get to your calls. Want to hear your thoughts on the Trump legal team presser from yesterday. A couple of things that I do want to touch on. Number one of the most important issues that Rudy Giuliani brought up yesterday, and it's the big one.
Stake in that ballot, and you lived in Philadelphia or in Pittsburgh.
So let's say there was a problem in your ballot and you lived in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh.
You were allowed to fix the mistake. But if you lived in what would be considered more Republican or Trump parts of the state, you were given no such right.
Is that true? Is that provable? And that's something that they can prove. And if it's true that in the Republican areas, the red areas of the state of Pennsylvania, that they were not afforded the same equal protection under the Constitution that those in the blue cities were, like, hey, we opened up your ballot, there's some mistakes, come in and we can remedy this. If they were not afforded that, that is a constitutional equal protection issue that is huge. That is bigger than anything you can possibly imagine. That is cut and dry. That is right there, a constitutional issue. Boom. That's the big boom, is the constitutional issues of due process and equal protection, the 14th Amendment. If you don't have that, then we've got a problem. What the remedy is, I don't know, but that is a big thing that Rudy Giuliani brought up yesterday. Sidney Powell brought up the issues yesterday that she had and the concerns about the Dominion voting machines and some of what she said.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes. It can set and run an algorithm that probably ran all over the country to take a certain percentage of votes from President Trump and flip them to President Biden, which we might never have uncovered had the votes for President Trump not been so overwhelming in so many of these states that it broke the algorithm that had been plugged into the system. And that's what caused them to have to shut down in the states they shut down.
That's why they shut down in the states, because the algorithm broke. There were so many people that were going to vote. It was a landslide. Did that happen? Is that true? Sidney Powell believes she has the evidence to prove that is the case. There are questions. Don't you have any questions at all? Anybody on the left, in the media, anyone at all, as to why multiple states shut down their voting in the evening until the following day? When does that ever happen in our... Well, it's COVID, Drew. That's what it is. It's not... No. No, Sidney Powell believes that's not the case, and she has the evidence. And guess what? She doesn't have to prove it to Tucker Carlson. She doesn't have to prove it to any of the local media outlets. She doesn't have to prove it to the national media outlets. She's going to make a case. She explained what it is that they have. They believe that they have the... Where's the evidence? Where is it? Where's the votes? Where's the changing? Where's the ballots? Like, as if Rudy Giuliani is going to stand there in front of you and go, well, hold on a second. Man, I wish I had a piece of paper. Where's there a piece of paper? Oh, man, I don't have any pieces of paper. But just imagine I have a piece of paper in front of me and go, see this? Here's a ballot right here. This ballot was taken out of this envelope. Here's proof right here. Of course he's not going to do that, you morons. Excuse me, I shouldn't say. If my son is listening, I'm sorry. Don't call people morons. Unless you can prove it in court. But the point is that they don't have to make the case to the American people via the media. They don't have to go on Tucker Carlson's program and make the case in front of Tucker. And forgive me if I'm going to upset some people this morning about Tucker Carlson, but what I am saying is that as much as Tucker wanted to give a week's worth of time to Sidney Powell to make the case and show the evidence, that's not her job. It's the job of a judge and a courtroom to do that. It's not Tucker's place to do it, as much as he would like it. And if he's not satisfied with that, then so be it. And I'm sorry if that upsets people. And forgive me if I think that Sidney Powell might be a little skittish about going on to any media outlet or anybody's show or presenting evidence, even if she has every single drop of evidence that would prove her case, when you know that there are judges out there like Emmett Sullivan and others who, even with the evidence that they have presented for Michael Flynn being innocent, that they would continue the case going on and on because they're Obama-appointed judges and because they have an agenda. Forgive me that I have no problem with Sidney Powell not going on a program and putting that all out on display. If you think differently, I would love to hear from you. Jake, let's go to a quick break. And when we come back from our break, I want to get to your calls. I want to know whether or not you believe the Trump legal team made a case for you, an interesting case, whether or not you needed to have the evidence in front of you and you feel like there was none there, whether you feel like this is a conspiracy theory on the Trump legal team and look, you lost, get over it. I want to know what you think. 239-479-5592. Stay break 92.5 Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Collier County at Wilson Boulevard and Golden Gate Boulevard is slowing traffic eastbound on Golden Gate Boulevard, but the slowdown is only a quarter mile long. Also, if you are in Lehigh Acres, the crash at Alvin Avenue in Brookfield still delaying traffic for about a half mile if you're heading southbound towards Lee Boulevard near that racetrack. If you're in North Fort Myers, there's a crash at Palm Avenue and Holly with slowing traffic.
All right, everybody, if you are on YouTube and Facebook right now, I appreciate you being here. I am going to look right now at some of the comments and reactions. And while I am in a short break on the air, I want to have a discussion with you and kind of go back and forth with your thoughts on the Trump legal team from yesterday and making and showing their case of what they believe is the problem here with this election to the American people. And were you satisfied? What did you think? I want to get your opinion right now on YouTube and Facebook. So we are live and we're going to go to some of your thoughts and I'll give you my opinion. So I'm looking forward to that. So are you here, by the way? I see a lot of people in the comments. That is great. And I just want to know what you think. So I don't want to leave you out. And I know that there are a lot of people that are watching right now on YouTube and on Facebook, and I appreciate it around the country. Thank you so much for that. Laura said she agrees that it's not court TV, and I think that it was Jenna Ellis who made that point pretty strongly as well, and I'm going to play some of that audio too, which is, hold on a second. This isn't a Law and Order episode. You don't wrap this up in 60 tidy minutes, and you get to make the decision here. It's not a court of public opinion. So I think she nailed that. I would agree. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? We have Scott who says, go Team Trump and be steadfast. All right. Let's see. Rob said it was good to hear their optimism. I believe, look, they're optimistic, Rob, because I think that they know the evidence there, and I think that they believe that they have a case here to be made, especially, to me, especially on the constitutional issues of equal protection under the law. How can you allow one individual the right to a remedy on a ballot that's a mistake and not in other areas? Like, if you're going to give that to one person, you have to give that to everybody. And if they could prove that somebody was denied that, then I think that is a strong grounds. Jeff says, agree that the court of public opinion doesn't matter. They don't have to prove anything to the media. It's true, they don't. Even Tucker Carlson, and I know that might tick some people off, but because they love Tucker. But look, I don't agree. Bobby wants to know what happened with the caller Gabriel, the Intel guy. First of all, I wasn't going to give Gabriel the floor. I don't know if he's an Intel guy. He's a guy that called and said he was Intel, and he sounded a little suspicious. So forgive me. I just wasn't going to give him 10 minutes of time to spew what I can't prove. And I can't prove that the guy's an Intel guy. That's why When we have Intel guys on, I say, hey, here's Joe Blow. He's an Intel guy. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because if somebody can call and say, I'm Elvis Presley, and I'm working at the 7-Eleven, I can't do it. All right. I look tired. How much do you sleep? Do I look tired? I don't get a lot of sleep, and I'm exhausted. That's why I'm taking vacation. Today's the last day before vacation. Thanks for that. And I know I got to work. I need a tan, too. And my hair is all messed up. I'm glad you noticed that. Todd said, I hope there's time for evidence. Yeah, you're up against the clock. But I think even they were trying to make the case that, listen, if this is shady, then we have to make sure this stops for future elections. If this thing is going to be called for Joe Biden, that ultimately we still have to come out of this and say, we can't allow this to happen. All right, we got to go. Jake's waving me off.
Scene.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
So what you have heard, I'm sure, in the fake newspapers tomorrow will be one of two things. Either there was not sufficient evidence that we've presented, or we spoke too long. Okay, so what you've heard now is basically an opening statement. This is what you can expect to see when we get to court to actually have a full trial on the merits, to actually show this evidence in court and prove our case. This is not a Law and Order episode where everything is neatly wrapped up in 60 minutes.
There you go, our good friend Jenna Ellis. And she's like, listen, it's not court of public opinion. The fake news media they didn't even run the presser live. All they did was bash it. All right, 239-479-5592. Let's go to your calls. Marius is in Naples. Marius, what are your thoughts there, sir?
Good morning, Drew. I said you nailed it. When I hear you talking about it, I said bingo. Every comment you made today about. I like Tucker, as many people like that. I watch him every day. And, who he is, I said, the first things I said, who he is, giving the week to prove what?
Yeah.
To prove what? In front of him, which we know that he's part of the Fox, and we know what Fox is doing lately. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole stuff of the Chris Wallace and even Brit Hume and Brett Baer, which disappointing me.
Well, Marius, let me tell you a couple of things. A little inside baseball, just the two of us talking, and it's okay.
Okay.
Not everybody that works at every news outlet that tells you or doesn't even tell you, not everybody is conservative. A ton of them are liberal. Yeah. Even people you think, because they work at a certain network, you think that they're conservative, but they're not. Having said that, there are some people who are good opinion hosts and want to get to the truth and want to be able to have enough information to help to make a case. In Tucker's case, Marius, here's the only issue that I have with Tucker kind of going after Sidney Powell last night, saying, we asked multiple times and we kept asking and we kept, and then she was like, hey, just don't bother me with all of this, because they desperately wanted to have her on and they want to give her plenty of time to lay out the case. It's very simple. It's not Tucker's place to make the case. It's not CNN's place to make the case. It's not Fox News's place. It's not ABC. It's not NBC. It's none of their places to make the case. You're
exactly right.
And that's okay. Yeah, and that's okay, right? And that is all right. What they should do is say, it's very simple. If you're a journalist, here's what you do, Marius. It's very simple. You say, the Trump legal team explained where they believe the issues in this election were. Here's what Sidney Powell said. Here's what Rudy Giuliani said. They're going to go to the courts to find out whether or not they have a case. And that's it. That's your journalism. Your journalism is, well, Rudy Giuliani put it out there, but he's lying, or it's already been thrown out. No. It's not your place to make those calls or say those things.
This is exactly what I just said when I said, when you analyze, your analysis every day, not only today, every day. It's unbelievable. You should be syndicated. You're so talented. Unbelievable.
Well, you're too kind.
One thing I'm going to bring about Sydney. Look at the moment when she said about the 3-letter agency, and she didn't name it which one. We know which, because there are 2 of them.
Yeah.
And she said with the face, like, I feel the same way. I'm stunned. I'm heartbroken. Yeah. I'm infuriated. Yeah. And she said a lot of other things, but that's exactly how we feel too.
Yeah.
And she's a prosecutor. She knows how to get the. She not have to prove this on a public opinion.
Yeah, like I said before, when you have a Judge Emmett Sullivan who has been doing everything to destroy her case with Mike Flynn to try to a case that should be done over and done with, and everybody knows it, and he continued it because he's a big Obama appointed liberal judge who has an agenda. Then forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell might be a little worried about going and displaying a case. Marius, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for listening. God bless you, sir. Thank you. God bless you as well. 239-479-5592. Jake, I'm going to go to one more call before we go to break, so be aware of that. Let's go to, is this Andrea in Naples?
Hey, Drew. Good morning.
Hey, how are you today? Ouch.
Good.
I just hit my.
Good. How are you?
I just hit my face on the phone, on the microphone. Go ahead.
Still digest that news conference yesterday. 2 points I want to make. Yeah. One, you could really tell Sidney Powell was heartbroken over what they discovered. You could really see that when she spoke.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to believe, right? And you have to believe for Sidney Powell, Andrea, it's heartbreaking to think that, oh my goodness, I'm about to say something and approach a topic right now that is crushing to this republic, to the faith and integrity of our election system, and I see something that's going on here, and I know what kind of slings and arrows are going to be tossed my way, but I can't be silent. I have the evidence. I have too much evidence to show this is happening. And that's got to be difficult. I hear the music. Listen, Andrea, stay right there. We're going to get to more calls coming up. 239-479-5592. But understand this. The Trump legal team believes that they have a case. We go to court. If judges and the courts decide differently, then we move on.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads.
Hi, this is fun. I'm feeling a little feisty this morning. This is good. All right, I want to go back to you on YouTube and Facebook. I should explain to people on the air that when we go to break, we still are live. Do you like that idea? Maybe I should start doing that when I get back from vacation. By the way, Mike Opelka is going to fill in next week. It's going to be great. You love Mike. It's a great show, so don't worry about that. But I've got to, I mean, even, who was it that said I look tired? I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm a little rough right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Steele household. I can't get into details. It's been a little rough lately. Been a little rough, but that's okay. We get through it. Do you like this idea that when the show is in breaks on the air, that we continue the show live off the air with just us? I guess, do you like that idea? Because I have no problem doing that. I'll do it every break, each and every day. So I think that's good. All right. And I know, Steven's like, yeah. Here's the thing. There's a lot of commercials, but there's a lot of people that want to be on the station. So, I mean, I know that's tough, but it's flattering and humbling to think that people want to advertise in this program because they understand the listenership. So that's a good thing. And that's you. That's not me. That's you. So, all right. So let's do this. All right. A lot of people would, So I'm thinking we might want to do this. I especially want to do this today because I'm just in the mood to continue to talk. Okay. So let's get into it. Let me hear your thoughts, everybody. Do you understand the case that I'm trying to make when it comes to Sidney Powell and what she said, Rudy Giuliani, and some of the things that they laid out? I'm not trying to make people upset with me that I disagree with Tucker, but it's not a philosophical disagreement. It's just a disagreement with Tucker about the fact that he wants to be the place, the arbiter of, hey, if you're looking for a place to come where you're going to get the information that the media won't give you, but I'll get the players on and give you that information. Well, number one, he's a media guy. Of course he wants that. He would love nothing more than to double his ratings because all of you are going to go to his program, especially in light of some of the things that are happening around Fox lately. But it's not his place. It's just not. It's not my place either. I'm just giving you the information. I'm telling you what she said. I'm giving you my opinion, and that's that. All right. Let's do this. All right. Let's see what we got here. Our friend, Mr. Super, I don't understand his name. He said you're laughing at the fact that you think that they have evidence. That's hysterical to you. Well, either they do or they don't. And a court will decide whether there's enough evidence to make the case. There you go. Anita believes that the Democrat... Now, come on, Anita. Can you give me one example, Anita, of where Democrats cheat and lie? Just one. All right, can you give me 17? Okay. Sorry. Jeff wants to know what point does the Supremes get involved? Well, they'll get involved as they push it up through the courts. Here's what's going to happen. More likely than not, they're going to go to a judge. The judge is not going to be friendly to the case. They're going to appeal, and those appeals will take it to the Supremes. And the Supremes, I think, want to make a decision on it. It was Justice Alito who was the one that said in Pennsylvania, have you guys separated the ballots or not? And so the Supremes have kind of made it known that they don't have a problem taking on this case. So I think it'll get there. It's a matter of the speed. And by the way, I'm reading things on Twitter about how in Georgia, the Georgia recount happened and 12,000 votes for Joe Biden. It's over. That's it. So wait a minute. A recount of what? A recount of disputed ballots? So all you did was take all the disputed ballots that have been out there and recount them. How does that work? Okay. Jeff gives me thumbs up. I think you're giving me 2 thumbs up about the idea that we continue to talk. That's okay. And Cynthia likes the idea. All right, so we're doing it. All right. Let's see. Mike is here from Kentucky, not Utah. That's Mike and Murray. All right. So looking at the time here. Let's see. What else was I going to tell you? A couple of other things I wanted to talk about. We had a great guest. Did you all hear the guest yesterday, Jennifer Cabrera, talking about COVID and talking about the cases and the number of cases and the uptick of cases here in the state? If you missed that show from yesterday, I would encourage you to go back and check it out. It was at 8 o'clock. She was really good. And I would be vigilant. I would be making sure that your elderly family members and people with comorbidities, you're keeping an eye on them during this COVID outbreak. But I also would question some of the PCR testing and the legitimacy of the tests and how they've been coming in and the false negatives and false positives and how what a mess it's been. to continue to keep an eye on how it's not about cases, it's about deaths. And Jennifer put up a chart to let everybody know that, number one, yesterday's deaths, median age was 79, minimum age was 53, max was 101, and 85% of the people who died were 65 and older. Horrible, tragic. She's also got a chart that describes the amount of deaths right now in the state of Florida. If you look at the chart, one thing that is blazing that you'll see on this chart is the amount of deaths in the state of Florida due to COVID have dropped dramatically and continue to drop daily. And so don't let cases be something you're looking at and getting worried about. Don't let the cumulative amount of deaths frighten you into not living your life. Because we have enough information, and it appears as if, and even the Wall Street Journal has made this case, and I'm looking at it right now. Hospitals reduce COVID deaths, lengths of stay, data suggests. Because of more effective treatment, better understanding of the virus, and the more the virus is out there, the less lethal apparently it has become, which is what virologists say, that as it is out in the public, and that's why people talk about herd immunity, because the more it is out there, the less lethal it becomes. Just putting that out there. All right. And thank you for following us on Parler. Come on now. Get to Parler. Get over there, please. All right. All right. Trump lost. Start to move on. Not yet. I'll wait. All right, guys. Back to radio.
Sale at Duncan's Diamonds is the largest ever. Now's the time to save. Come see us. You can enjoy Duncan's Diamonds layaway or save with fantastic holiday financing plans. People come from all over because we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. It's definitely worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Save during this huge Christmas sale. Duncan's Diamonds for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. We work very hard to make you happy because we believe in love. Come see us.
Duncan's Diamonds, US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, we're going to get back to your calls coming up in just a second. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line, 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Please do not forget about our men and women serving overseas. Support them. Know you're thinking about them with a Christmas card. It's simple. Send it off. You can drop it off at any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. They are fantastic. Thank you, Mel's Diner, for that. And hopefully we'll have numbers bigger and better than ever this go-around. All right, like I said, we'll get to your calls coming up. Andrews College at 7:50. Spencer Roach is joining us right now. Representative Spencer Roach. I wanted to talk to Spencer because there are a couple of state issues that are going on right now, or are this close. My fingers are thinly spread apart from session coming up soon, believe it or not. And so I wanted to ask him about some of the things that are happening. Good morning, Spencer Roach. How are you?
Drew, good morning. Happy Friday. And before we get started, I have to tell you that I do agree with your previous caller. You should absolutely be syndicated, my friend.
Oh, you're too kind. You all are too kind. Stop it. All right. Well, thank you. All right, Spencer, a couple of things I wanted to ask you about. I know that there was a report that was out there about appropriation bills in 2021. I know that you've made this announcement. And I understand that there are people that have questions about it this session. Explain what's going on with appropriation bills for 2021, what you've put out there, and why some people are not exactly excited about the fact that you're doing this.
Yeah, thanks, Drew, and thanks for having me on. You know, I issued this press release back on November 10th, 10 days ago, and I can't get a single newspaper outlet in the state to carry it. So I appreciate you helping me get this out to my constituents and your listeners. But so the background here is we are facing a $5.4 billion revenue shortfall here in the state of Florida based on the economic shutdown after COVID here. And, members in the Florida legislature have the ability to file an unlimited number of pork projects that are funded by taxpayer dollars. It cost the taxpayers almost $500 million last year, $474 million last year. And I've taken a very public pledge not to file a single pork project this session. I don't know if that's been done before. I'm assuming maybe at some point in Florida history it has. But I am not going to file any appropriations request. And so far I've had one fellow legislator sign on. Anthony Sabatini, who represents part of Lake County, has joined me. And we've got 3 verbal commitments from other legislators to join this as well. So we're trying to start a movement here and govern as fiscal conservatives like we promised the voters we would do.
Yeah, and, I think that's an important aspect to this is that this is going to be tough, Spencer. This is going to be a tough legislative session, and maybe you can speak to this because I'll explain why I think it's going to be tough for many, and it's this. This is unprecedented right now, the times we are in, the situation with the ability to bring in money as we have in the past. The appropriation is going to be something that is going to be looked at and where people are used to business as usual in some cases. I'm not talking about every legislator, but let's just say that there are some that are in Tallahassee that love their pork. They love their special projects. They love to spend other people's money. And even in a situation that we're in right now, they might still want to continue to do this. But there are going to be tough decisions, I would even say, Spencer, maybe tough areas to cut back, to maybe slow the process down a little bit because of the extraordinary year that it has been. Can you speak to that a little bit and how important that is and the people that really are pushing back against this?
Yeah, excellent point. And, there are already legislators, including Republican legislators, talking about the sales tax increase. And I am not going to raise taxes here in the state of Florida. I am not going to support requesting a federal government bailout. We've got almost 1 million Floridians that are still unemployed, and they're facing really tough, almost impossible decisions between paying their mortgage, their bills, and for some of them, even food and just basics.
Yep.
And I think the legislature has to do what we're asking Florida families to do. We're going to tighten our belt. We're going to scrutinize every single dollar in the state budget. And we're going to prioritize health care, public safety, and education. And I don't think we should be prioritizing pork projects for members. I think it's irresponsible. And I think we need to really focus on being fiscal conservatives as we promised the voters that we would do. We have to govern that way. And look, we don't have a choice. Here in Florida, unlike many states, we're required to balance the budget. So we can't spend more that we're taking into revenue without incurring a deficit. And I'm not going to support that.
Yeah, good for you. And I think that, and I'll say something else, Spencer, and, listen, we're friends. I can be honest. We should be doing this all the time. This should be the case all the time. We should be able to objectively look at what is out there and what we're planning on spending and who's planning on getting a certain amount of dollars and whether or not that is too much, whether or not there might be a little bit of a pullback. Dare I say, I might even make the case, and this is just me editorializing, and I just want to put this out there, that there are people, environmentalists, that are getting a whole lot of money from this governor. And the one thing that I have been concerned about is how all of those individuals who are getting these $600+ million on a regular basis, all of this money, I'd like more of an accounting of where all of that's going. I'd like to know the individuals that are getting it. And I'd also like to know on the back end, and I'll say this, that I'm concerned that on the other side of it, there are individuals that are getting some of this money, maybe a little too much of it, that really don't have the best interest of this governor at heart, let's just say, when it comes to elections in the future. And so there are things that I would like to explore. Now, you can comment on that if you want, Spencer, or you can just deviate, but I'm just putting that out there.
I was going to say amen. And one thing we really have to take a look at are some of these nonprofit organizations and where this money is going. I mean, we saw last year with the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, this just egregious, lavish lifestyle, millions and millions of dollars that some of these nonprofit CEOs are making, very little accountability, and really very little ability for the taxpayers to claw that money back once fraud has been determined.
And not only that, let me put this out there. Forget about the fraud issue, but I'll even make it even simpler. How about this, Spencer? How about when we implement something, whether it's constitutionally or whether it's money being given to certain groups, how when you give them a number, they don't like that number to go down, Spencer, even if they don't need all of it, even if there isn't a need, boy, they don't like that number going down. I'm sorry, but everything needs to be examined on a regular basis, all of it. I need to know where it's going. I need an accounting, whether that's the school boards locally or whether that's the legislature. I want accounting for all of this. It's our money. It's our money.
Drew, you're absolutely right. And another part of this are what we call recurring member projects. And these are projects, these port projects have been put into place by legislators decades ago, as early as 1998, which get a recurring line item in the Florida state budget. We need to scrutinize those and make sure that our legislature now in 2020 is not being held hostage by something that a legislature put in the budget 20 years ago. And that's happening all over the place. And, just real quick to wrap up here on this, but these projects are how members retain political power and how lobbyists make their money. So as you can imagine, not everyone is excited to see me and other members sort of, rocking the boat here. But my hope is that by being the first out of the gate to make this stand, now we've got one other legislator joining us. And I think, once you see one person with courage start to do this, I think other people will come out and support this movement and help restore some fiscal sanity to this process in a time that we need it the most.
Yeah, good for you. Rock the boat, but just be there as a conservative to gently catch them as they fall off the edge, Spencer. That's how it works. All right, Representative Spencer Roach. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for letting me get this out. Again, not a single newspaper in the state of Florida will publish this press release, so I appreciate the fact that you're letting me get this message out to voters.
Absolutely. No worries. All right, my friend. All the best. We'll see you soon.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. There he goes. Spencer Roach joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, 239-479-5592. I'm going to go to one more call before we go to a break for Drew's College coming up. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you were in a PhD. That coming up in just a few more minutes. Wanted to get your thoughts on the Trump legal team. Wanted to get your thoughts on what was said yesterday. And by the way, can I just make mention of this? Joe Biden was out and he had his own little presser going on as well. Do you know the little gentle baby questions, the sweet questions that they ask of Joe Biden? No pressure. They're not going to give him any pressure. They're going to put things out I forget who this is from the New York Times who asked Joe Biden this question.
The answer was...
Oh, wait, that's not it. Where was this question? Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let me reset. Here we go. It's live radio. No worries. It's a reset. Forget the question that was asked. Joe Biden talking about what he's going to do when it comes to COVID. What's this great thing, this magical thing that Joe Biden's going to do that nobody else on the planet has been able to do? No country, no place. We got spikes in cases. Everybody's wearing masks. We're social distancing. Why are there spikes in cases? How is this possible? Only Joe Biden can fix it. He's the only guy.
Not a joke.
That's right. And so we have even local and national media outlets who, number one, are calling him president-elect. Slow your roll. They can just say Joe Biden. You don't have to put on a chyron president-elect Biden. You can put Joe Biden for the time being, just to satisfy the current situation. He's not the president-elect yet. How tough why is that so tough? And then talking about, he's not going to shut it down. No. He's not shutting down anything, everybody. Really? I just want to make sure that put things in context. Here's what Joe Biden said.
The answer was I would follow the science.
He's going to follow the science. Okay, nobody else is following science. He's going to follow it, everybody.
I am not going to shut down the economy, period.
He's not going to shut it down. He's not going to shut down the economy, period. So what is he going to do?
I'm going to shut down the virus. I'm going to shut down the virus.
I don't need to hear anything else after that. He's saying it again. I'm going to shut down the virus. Really? How are you going to shut down the virus? What's your answer? I get it. He said, I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the economy. He's just going to shut down the virus. Do you honestly, what are you going to do, Joe Biden? So ridiculous. Oh, Joe Biden's going to do it. I'll tell you what, nobody else on the planet, not one single country has been able to control this virus, but Joe Biden's going to step up and show his hairy legs or whatever it is, the thing. It's
all men and women created by you know the thing.
That guy's got a grip on the Constitution, I can tell you that. Hi, Carol. Carol's in Fort Myers. This is my last call before we go to break.
Hi, Drew.
Hi.
just regarding Tucker Carlson's show last night, it was just the way he presented Sidney Powell's response, not to come on his show. It was to imply her legal team had no proof. And, prosecutors would never, ever show their hand or their strategy to the defense on national TV. I mean, Tucker has to know that. All he did was cast terrible, terrible doubt on the situation here, and it just was very unfair, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that, and I like his show, so I don't know why he did that. It was,
Listen, I
felt
think
like I was watching a different guy last night.
Yeah, and I don't, I said some things this morning about Tucker, and I'm sticking by them. But I will say this. It's not a baby with the bathwater situation. Tucker's still great. He's still great at what he does. I understand what he's trying to get at, but let's try to figure out motives. There are plenty of motives. I mean, listen, if Tucker Carlson had Sidney Powell on his show for a week and displayed every single affidavit and every single case to the American people, his ratings would be through the roof. Who wouldn't want that? I would love to have Sidney Powell on this show for a week to display the case. Bring it. You know what that would do with my ratings? So let's be honest about that part of it. That's
true, but they wouldn't do that.
Well, of course not. And the second,
go on national TV and give their strategy and show their hand to the defense on national TV for trial. They would never do that, ever.
And remember, the defense, everybody, is also the court of public opinion for them to be able to chew it apart. We are talking about a civil case. We're not talking about a federal case here. We don't have the FBI, CIA, investigative arms of the federal government to do any of this. This is a civil case. They're trying to put this together on a shoestring and try to do what they have and deal with the individuals and the course of action that they are able to do. We're not talking about the FBI is going to be involved and Bill Barr is going to be involved in this. They don't have that luxury. So there's a lot here that they have to deal with. And so you think...
He hurt the public opinion last night, probably. I mean, it's terrible that he did that.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue to talk about that. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Carol in Fort Myers. All right. Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We're going to see if you earn a PhD right now. Caller number, I'll let Jake, it's Jake Day. It's Friday, Jake Day. I'll let him pick, he said 3. Caller number 3 right now at 239-479-5592. Caller number 3 is going to play Drew's College next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at Justinwood Road and Orange River Boulevard is slowing traffic heading westbound with reports of injury and roadblock here.
All right, this is awful now because now I really feel like I look like I need sleep. Who was it? I have to go back and... who was it that said I look tired? Where is he? There he is. Do I really look that tired, everybody? I guess I do. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. Nothing I can do. I look exhausted. Yep. And I am. I'm tired. So, gosh, maybe I just need a tan. Let's see. Dennis said, I really look like I need a serious nap and some avocado cucumbers. Yeah, I know. Some people think it's just the lighting. I can't change the lighting. Hey, does that work? Does cucumber and avocado on my eyeballs, does that work? Hey, does anybody have a spa that they would like to gift me or just out of the goodness of their heart, maybe for Thanksgiving, would like to give me a spa day? Because I could use it. Look at that. That looks awful. Well, when I come back from vacation, I'll be 10 pounds heavier because it's Thanksgiving. And look, I can't even figure out what's up. And I'll get a tan. Although I don't know if I could even do that. Cynthia says I look great. Don't listen to the haters. Yeah. Wait, you look great. Listen to the haters. You mean don't listen to the haters. All right. Michelle says she what? You've aged. Yeah. So you can imagine how much I've aged. Oh, Laura, I haven't got the dog yet. So I'm going to get an Australian Shepherd. That's the dog that I used to have. I love that dog. He was awesome. I know every dog's different, but my son wants to get another Aussie, and I'm having a heck of a time finding one in town. And if anybody knows anybody that's got an Australian Shepherd for sale, let me know, because I'm looking. So, all right. It's salt? You put salt in my eyes? That would be really, really bad. Thank you, Mary. I'm going to enjoy the snot out of this vacation because I'm going to spend a ton of time with my son, and we're going to get crazy. I'm going to be looking for snakes, playing golf. I don't play golf. He plays golf. I just go out there and swing. And I got to buy some clothes. All right. So, by the way, Mike Opelka will be filling in, so it's going to be fantastic. All right, so does anybody know anyone that's got an Australian Shepherd for sale, or that maybe has a spa, that I need a spa day? Ooh. Yeah, I do. Okay. That's what I need, a cucumber facial. All right, I'm going to work on it. All right, I got to go. Choose college.
Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, we got Bart on Fort Myers Beach. Hey, Bart.
How you doing, Drew?
I'm awesome, sir. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Bart, there's 2 individuals that right now tell us that they are the president-elect and the vice president-elect. Can you name them both without a beep going off in the background?
Oh, God. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Okay, that is correct. Why are you not wearing your seatbelt?
I don't know.
Well, put it on! Okay, sorry. Do you know the middle initial of Donald Trump? Donald Trump has a middle initial. What is his middle initial?
J.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. Who won the nomination for the Republican presidential nomination in the year 2008? The Republican nomination for President of the United States in the year 2008.
John McCain.
That is correct, sir. You got a master's. Your PhD is on this question. Who is his running mate? John McCain's running mate.
I got it. It's the chick from Alaska.
Can we accept the chick from Alaska?
No.
Jake said yes. Jake said yes. There are not many chicks in Alaska, and so when you say the chick from Alaska, we know exactly who you're talking about.
Sarah. Oh gosh, what the heck is her last name?
Palin. Sarah Palin.
Palin. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, or the chick from Alaska. That is exactly. All right, congratulations. You got a hard-fought, but not really, a PhD today on Drew's College. You were technically right all along. Some may disagree, but I don't. It's Friday. You're welcome, Bart. Okay, Bart, thank you for playing. We do appreciate it. Thanks so much, and thanks to everybody who plays each and every week. How did you do? 239-479-5592. You can text us. All right, on the way. Joe Biden from his presser. You got to hear this. Wolf Blitzer. Wolf Blitzer's. He's worried, everybody. Wolf Blitzer's worried about Joe Biden. His heart palpitates with worry. Why? Yeah, wait till you hear that audio coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, with all that's going on right now, many of us are thinking about our health and finances more than we usually do. So with the December 15th deadline to get health coverage for 2021, you should know Florida Blue offers up to $500 in rewards just for staying healthy. With the Florida Blue Health and Wellness Rewards program, you can earn rewards for completing easy activities like going to your annual wellness visit or just getting a flu shot. You can use that $500 to pay your premiums, and if there's extra, it covers any other healthcare expenses you have. With Florida Blue's affordable plans, this $500 goes a long way. So get healthcare that gets you and gets rewarded for simply taking care of yourself. Don't wait. Your last chance to enroll for 2021 is December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you enroll today. Call 800-530-4648 or visit floridablue.com/wegetyou.
Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc. These health benefit plans have limitations and exclusions. The amount of benefits provided depends upon the plan selected, and the premium may vary with the amount of the benefits selected. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premiums, and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to the rewards program terms and conditions. 104066.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000.
All right, hello everybody on YouTube and Facebook. We do the show in between the show. All right, so let's see. AP is talking about my puffy. My goodness, I know I got puffy eyes. What are you gonna do? I look awful. Wow, look at that puff. All right, I think it's just getting old or lack of sleep. All right, so we got that. Elizabeth says yes. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. Out of context, it works. Let me get rid of this for a second. Okay. Caroline says, yesterday, Rush last words said Dana Perino was saying Dominion should sue Sidney Powell. Did anyone hear it? And what was her theory behind those words? Did she not believe Miss Powell? Very interesting, Caroline. I think that Dana Perino was saying put up or shut up. And that so here's something interesting. All right, let me say that again. There's two schools of thought. Let's go with this. I'm not gonna do what other people do. I'm going to just give you my opinion on what that could mean. How's that? Okay. So she meant one of two things. Either Sidney Powell's a liar. This is an awful stain on our republic, and she needs to be called out by Dominion and Smartmatic. And if you're accusing us of being in league with the Venezuelans and corrupt, you better prove it. Otherwise, we're suing you because we're not. Or remember something. If you're going to be slick about it, now I don't know if she's slick like this, but if you're going to be slick about it, there is a thing called discovery, right? So if Dominion's like, yeah, we're going to sue her. She can't say that about us. And if Dominion sues and they go to a court, then there is discovery. There is an opportunity for the court, the prosecution to say, well, we would like to have records of, and that might open up a situation where they would be able to get information that they might not otherwise get, that Dominion might not want known. So it might almost be like calling them. Does that make sense? Because if you do sue somebody, then you are willing to put out information and give to the prosecution. You know, you're going to have to put everything out and on display. And does Dominion want to do that? So either Dana Perino is slick, and she was like, yeah, look, I understand how court of law works, and they're never going to sue because they are corrupt. And if they were to go to court, then they would be exposed for who they are. Or Dana Perino is just joining the, hey, let's move on crowd because I don't know. I guess that's the question. Does that make sense? Carolyn, does that make sense? All right. Yeah, Michelle, she shouldn't, she doesn't have to give evidence publicly, I guess. And I said that before. She shouldn't have to, and she's not going to. And that's the point. It's not going to happen. So, oh, you're welcome. I love seeing you guys. I don't talk to you enough. So, yeah. Terry said all the Dominion minions have run for the hills. Yeah, there was a story out the other day about how all the workers at Dominion changed their LinkedIn information. Pretty interesting how they did that. And nobody from Dominion is speaking out. But remember, there was NBC, PBS, New York Times, The Hill, all of these different publications, Politico, putting out all these pieces about how corrupt Dominion was just weeks ago. Why are they not corrupt now? Why is it when Sidney Powell says, yeah, you guys did all the legwork weeks ago, we followed up on it, and yeah, you're right. Why all of a sudden is everybody quiet? It's simple. It's because they were using that in case Trump won to say that it was stolen because the machines are corruptible, which they knew they are, and they can make the case that there's Trump and Russia and collusion, and you see? But they didn't have to. The machines worked like they thought they would work. Well, they didn't have enough of machines. The algorithm in the machines apparently didn't have enough to make the difference. That's why they had to truck in all of these overnight ballots, is the case that they're making. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And it's interesting how now it's not a peep, because it's not anything they want to talk about anymore. They can't scrub it, but they're not going to talk about it. So if they don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. Yeah. Oh, and Carolyn gave me a PhD in Drew's College. Thank you. Thank you. Jane joined late. You can't join late, Jane. You got to be on time. What do you get if you're not on time in class? Demerits? What do you get? You got to get me some eye cream. Look at that. Look at how awful that looks. Look at how good I look here. Look at that. Man, I'll tell you what, with the exception of the wrinkles along my chin, look at how rested and thin I look there. I look awful now. All right, we got to go live.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, SimpliSafe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 40% off a new system and a free camera at simplisafe.com/holiday. That's 40% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. SimpliSafe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplisafe.com/holiday for 40% off and a free camera today.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. Text the word troops to that same number because you can get the address for $10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. We continue to do it. 10,000 Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas. And thank you to everyone who is getting their church, organization, school, community together to get the cards before December 5th. Look at your calendar. And you can drop them off in any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations as well. And we appreciate Mel's for helping us out. They are awesome. Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, 2 in Naples. By the way, if you're not following us on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, please subscribe. You are missing out on the show in between the show. I'm talking to everybody, and one of the things we are going over, and some of the things that come up. We're going to talk about Tucker Carlson last night on Fox News. Some people are a little upset about Tucker going after Sidney Powell. We're going to talk about some of the audio and the Trump legal team, and did they make the case to you? Not that it's the court of public opinion, but everything is the court of public opinion. I wonder if you are looking at them now and saying, oh my gosh, this is a conspiracy theory. Will you stop? Joe Biden's the president-elect. Or are you now stronger than ever in that? So we've talked about that on the YouTube page. And we've also talked about the fact that I look awful. I look tired. Everybody's saying I look tired. Jake, do I look tired to you? I look exhausted, don't I? They're saying I look...
You look normal.
Yeah, I look tired. Well, I'm getting a well-deserved, I believe, vacation next week, so we'll talk about that soon enough. Mike Opelka is going to join us. But, yeah, I could use a little rest. It's been a little crazy around the Steele household. You don't need to know much more than that. But it's all right. Everything works out for the better. You know, it's a lot of prayer, and there's a lot of that happening, and it's going to be just fine. Everything is good. In the meantime, man, I need, I don't know what I need. I need eye cream. I need cucumbers. I don't know what I need. Somebody said put salt on it. Who puts salt underneath their eyes? Somebody on YouTube said I should put salt under my eye. Have you ever heard of that? That sounds dangerous. How does that help with the puffiness that I have from lack of sleep?
Yeah, the only thing that's going to fix that is sleep.
You think? Or a good cream. Or apparently salt. Look, here's a valuable lesson. Don't do it. Don't put salt under... Look, kids, a valuable lesson. Something that... Kids, don't do drugs. All right, 239-479-5592. Here we go. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about this morning. I want to get to before we move on to the Trump legal team putting out there for whatever press would show up that there is a case to be made on a lot of grounds. The Constitution and equal protection, as well as some other things. We'll bring up the 9 key points that Breitbart had from the presser yesterday. A couple of things. Let me play this. CNN and Wolf Blitzer, he's worried, everybody. He is so upset. He is worried that Joe Biden is going to go into the White House as the next president of the United States and not be liked. That he's going to have Republicans that are not going to believe that he really is the duly elected president. That, I mean, listen to Wolf, how upset he is.
See, what's so worrisome, this poll, I don't know if you saw this, I think it was a Monmouth University poll that came out.
Look.
There it is right there. Do you believe Biden won fair and square or due to voter fraud? This is a Monmouth University poll. Fair and square among Republicans, Governor, among Republicans, 18% say it was fair and square, but 70% among Republicans say it was due to voter fraud. This is outrageous when you think about it. And when Biden takes office on January 20th, he's going to have to deal with such a divided country in the midst of such a deadly coronavirus pandemic.
I can't believe this. Joe Biden is going to go into office and people aren't going to like him. This is outrageous. I mean, when in the history of the United States has a president gone into office and been so disliked? Could we find a place like that?
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
When he said today, America first, it was not just the racial, the Hitlerian background to it.
There was an America First committee. They were infiltrated by the Nazis. Many of them were anti-Semitic, and part of why they weren't alarmed by Hitler's rise in Germany.
Outside of the Civil War, World War II, and including 9/11, this may be the most cataclysmic event the country's ever seen.
He's just disgusting to look at. He's obese. He's one of the repulsive, physically looking human beings I've ever seen.
Absolutely no morals. Who's a bully, who acts like a bigot and a racist.
That was right after the election of Donald Trump as president of the United States. Do I need to go on? I got 3 more minutes of this. Wolf can sit down and relax. We don't listen to you. We don't listen to these mainstream outlets. We don't listen to the fake news. We call it fake news for a reason and dangerous. I would call it dangerous news. Yes. Take a seat. 239-479-5592. Let's see, what else? Oh, Joe Biden on his presser. Yeah, I wanted to get to this as well before I get to your calls. Joe Biden saying that he's not going to shut down the economy, everybody. No. He's going to do what here?
The answer was I would follow the science.
Yeah, talking about COVID.
I'm not going to shut down the economy, period. I'm going to shut down the virus.
Okay, good. And so all the mainstream outlets here, all across the state and across the country, he's not going to shut it down, everybody. Joe Biden's not shutting down the economy. Oh, the president-elect's going to be amazing. He's going to shut down the virus. Doing what? What you going to do, Joe? Really? And they just lap it up. You just lap it up.
And so there's no circumstance which I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. So here's some of what he's going to do. What are you going to do, Joe?
We talked a lot with the governors about what the immediate needs are.
What are the immediate needs? So he sat down, he talked to governors. We're talking about COVID.
We're going to employ the Defense Reconstructed Act to be able to go out there and dictate companies build and do following things. We need much more testing. We need much more masking. We need gloves. I asked them each to go, and I asked the National Governors Association through the Governor Cuomo and the ones on the line to let us know what their shortages are.
Not even can I barely understand what he was lisping through his teeth there. It really wasn't a lisp. It was more like I don't think he understands what he was saying. Not like I barely understand what he was talking about. But in there somewhere was a lot of what? What magic is Joe Biden going to pull out of his hairy legs that he's going to all of a sudden come up with what? That no shutting down. Oh, we need a mask. That's it, everybody. We need more masks. We need more tests. We're not even doing that right now. It's a joke. And you got media outlets that are just like, Joe Biden's not going to shut down the economy. He's going to shut down the virus. What are you going to do, Joe? You're going to stand up to it and... It's ridiculous. All right. So let's get away from that for a second, and let's get to a little more of yesterday and the presser from the Trump legal team. The equal protection case is going to be a very important one. Rudy Giuliani talked about that. You can't have a remedy for blue areas, very Democrat areas, and say, look, we opened up the ballot. There's a mistake here. If you come in and fix it, we can use it, and not give that same remedy to Republican areas. If that happened, which it appears was the case, that is against the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. We got a problem here, everybody, and that seems to be a pretty strong case. If we care about a republic, that's just part of it. They said that poll workers were prevented from watching mail-in ballots being opened. That's either true or not. Unequal application of the law in Democrat counties, like I just described. Voters allegedly arriving at the polls to discover other people voted for them. They have the evidence of that. Election officials allegedly told not to look for defects in ballots and to backdate ballots. They said they have evidence of that. Affidavits, everybody, what you use in a court of law. They have the affidavits. You don't have to go through the details and give that to me, that part of, well, we need to know more. Where's your evidence? You got affidavits. So what? Where's your evidence? Is that really what you're running with? Like Sidney Powell. Okay, let me get to this because this is important. Because I'm going to tick a lot of people off this morning, and it's okay. Because we all have opinions. And I just happen to have a microphone and have an opinion. Remember, I'm not a journalist. I'm an opinion host. Can we get that straight? Tucker Carlson went on his program last night and said some things about Sidney Powell. Now, I want to break this down for you to give you my opinion. Now, some of you may look at this and get mad at me for saying it. Some of you may understand. But I'm going to say it anyway because it has to be said. Well, by me. Not everybody might want to say it, but I do. And look, it's not a baby with the bathwater throwing it out type of thing. It's not what I'm about to say is saying now, don't listen to Tucker. Boycott. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's okay to question people who have opinion. You question me all the time. It's okay. So Tucker Carlson went on the show last night to talk about Sidney Powell and the evidence that she purported to have with the Dominion voting machines and the concerns. And you heard the concerns from Sidney Powell that she believes she has that evidence.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes. It can set and run an algorithm that probably ran all over the country to take a certain percentage of votes from President Trump and flip them to President Biden, which we might never have uncovered had the votes for President Trump not been so overwhelming in so many of these states that it broke the algorithm that had been plugged into the system. And that's what caused them to have to shut down. in the states they shut down in.
The lead was so huge for the president of the United States that the algorithm that they built into the Dominion voting system in Smartmatic that was set to kind of add votes here and there, 0.75 for every Trump vote to 1.25 for every Biden vote, to kind of switch that around. They thought it was going to be close, but it was an overwhelming victory for the president, so much that they had to shut it down in certain states in the evening time because they had to figure out what in the world are we going to do? It's not going to work. Now, those are explosive allegations to suggest that our election could have been rigged that way. It's explosive allegations to suggest that a sitting United States president, along with a vice president at the time, would weaponize the American government to go against an American citizen and who was a duly elected president to try to get him out of office. That was pretty explosive until we found out it was true. We're concerned about the integrity. It may not be about turning the vote over. It may not be changing the outcome, but it certainly is about a huge portion of what could continue to happen in the future if we ignore it. Dominion voting systems, there are questions. There are questions about the software. Canada, where this company resides, they don't even use their system because they know of how corrupt it is. They don't use it. We got questions. So Tucker went on the program last night and said,
that was a few hours ago, but Sidney Powell has been saying similar things for days. On Sunday night, we texted her after watching one of her segments. What Powell was describing would amount to the single greatest crime in American history. Millions of votes stolen in a day. Democracy destroyed. The end of our centuries-old system of self-government. Not a small thing.
All right, now hold on a second. That's a little explosive and hyperbolic of a statement, in my opinion, by Tucker. It is a very explosive comment to make. It is horrific to think that in this country that could happen. There's no doubt. Sidney Powell believes that she has the evidence to prove, to show that that is the case. As horrific as it is for us as Americans to believe that, it just means that in the future we need to change the system. It doesn't mean that the system is destroyed. It doesn't mean that the American system is destroyed. It doesn't mean that our way of life is destroyed. It doesn't mean that the Constitution is destroyed. It's only destroyed if we do not look into this and we allow it to happen and we do nothing about it. As if this is so outrageous a statement. Let's follow it to where it goes.
Now, to be perfectly clear, we did not dismiss any of it. We don't dismiss anything anymore, particularly when it's related to technology. We've talked to too many Silicon Valley whistleblowers. We've seen too much. After 4 years, this may be the single most open-minded show on television.
Now, let me just say that. He's right. Tucker has a fantastic show. And yes, we've seen it on display, the censorship by big tech. We see what is happening, things that we think are so outrageous, but are actually happening in this country. And half the country thinks it's fine. Half the country thinks it's not even happening because they're tuned out.
We literally do UFO segments, not because we're crazy or had even been interested in the subject, but because there is evidence that UFOs are real and everyone lies about it. There's evidence that a lot of things that responsible people used to dismiss out of hand as ridiculous are in fact real. And we don't care who mocks it. The louder the Yale Political Science Department and the staff of the Atlantic magazine scream, "conspiracy theory," the more interested we tend to be.
Yeah, because we understand where it's coming from. Because like he says,
it's usually a sign you're over the target.
Because you're over the target. I don't think Sidney Powell is going to put all of this out unless she feels like she's got the ultimate case in front of her and that she can win it. Call me crazy, but... So, Tucker says...
A lot of people with impressive sounding credentials in this country are frauds. They have no idea what they're doing. They're children posing as authorities, and when they're caught, they lie, and then they blame you for it.
Yep, that's why we don't trust the media to be the arbiters of everything that is going to be justice in this country. That's why we don't have the rule of law being a judge and jury, the media being judge and jury. This is why it's not the court of public opinion, and we don't believe in the court of public opinion. We believe in the justice system in this country.
We see that every day. It's the central theme of this show and will continue to be. So that's a long way of saying we took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. We've always respected her work. We simply wanted to see the details. How could you not want to see them? So we invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention. That's a big story. But she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests, polite requests, not a page. When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her. When we checked with others around the Trump campaign, people in positions of authority, they told us Powell has never given them any evidence either.
Let me just stop right there. Tucker's upset. Tucker's upset because he wanted to use his program as a platform to be able to put on display to the American people the fact that there is a case to be made here. And Sidney Powell said, in my opinion, Sidney Powell's like, forgive me, Tucker, but like this president, I don't trust everybody. Sometimes I may not trust the people around me, that the walls have ears. Forgive me if I feel like I put everything out on display for you and for the American people, that I'm going to be shot down, it's going to be destroyed, my reputation is going to be attacked, I might actually be doxxed. Who knows if that's happening right now? I'm not going to give the left and the media in this country the opportunity to destroy what I am trying to lay out as a case in whatever way they think, because it's all about the court of public opinion. Forgive me if I'm not willing to do that. Tucker should know that, shouldn't he? I mean, for as much as he wants to, and maybe honestly just wants to be an arbiter, a vessel for the truth to be released to the American people, we also know the other side, do we not? We know how people in the Trump administration for 4 years, ears behind the walls in this administration, have tried to bring down the president. People that we thought were friends were not. People that we thought were allies were not. And forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell doesn't want to have any part of that. Like, she understands that she had a open and shut case on General Michael Flynn, and that General Michael Flynn is innocent, and he's an innocent man, and everybody on the planet knows he's an innocent man until a judge named Emmett Sullivan comes along, who's an Obama appointee, who has an agenda, who says, yeah, no, I'm going to hold this up as long as I feel like it. Judicial activism. So forgive me if I feel like Sidney Powell has a case to not present a case to you, whether it's Tucker Carlson or this program or anybody on Fox News or ABC, anybody at all. She laid it out. She gave you yesterday what they believe is the problem with Dominion voting machines and some of the things that they are accusing Dominion of, and some of what they're accusing Democrats of doing. And they'll prove it in a court of law. Thank you very much. And hopefully this will happen in due time, and we'll get it done before everything is certified. And even if everything is certified, that maybe there is a case to be made that election officials will be sued who certified it, because there still are legitimate questions to be asked. And I think she's made that case as well. Look, again, this is what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying you throw out Tucker Carlson, he's a bad guy, and I'm never going to watch him. I'm not, no, don't do that. It's not what I'm saying. But I am suggesting that we need to allow the process to take place. We do have doubts about the trust in the media, the trust in our government and officials, doubts in the judicial system. All of these doubts have been laid by individuals who hate this country. Doubts that have been laid by the left and socialists in this country who want to win, who want to destroy this country. They've laid this foundation for this. It's their fault. And now when we have discovered what some of what may possibly be happening, we want to go to a court to do it, I don't have to put this in the court of public opinion. Sorry. It doesn't have to be on Tucker's show to be legit. Let the process play out. All right, we got to run. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great. Every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you probably know this. I've had a music career, an EMI published songwriter in the past. I've had a top 20 Billboard hit and movie soundtracks. But I got my start right here in Southwest Florida at Soundcheck Studios with Jim Becker. I worked with Jim when he was producing big names like Castrol and Beck's Beer and other commercial clients from ABC, NBC, CBS. He's done it all. It doesn't make a difference what your musical style is. If you're talking about recording for bands or producing music, jingles, he does it all at Soundcheck Studios. Recently, he worked with RCA artist Doja Cat and also a Sony artist Flipped an Arrow. A lot of great artists have made their way through Soundcheck Studios. So if you want to make your brand memorable with a jingle or maybe a commercial you want to cut, or maybe it's a band, give Soundcheck Studios a call today. 239-340-0515. That's 239-340-0515 for Soundcheck Studios.
It's happening. Publishers Clearinghouse is awarding a $2,500,000 mega prize in just days. Enter now at PCH.com, and your family could soon be celebrating the win of a lifetime. Don't miss your last chance to win the $2,500,000 mega prize. Go to PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry. Enter at PCH.com now. Entries due 11/29. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
At home with Robert, retired burglar and family man.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 35% off the new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 35% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by...
Hey, sorry everybody. You guys understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know how many times I have to say this. Tucker's an opinion host, and he's got an opinion, and that's fine. Hold on. No. I'm. 1 second.
Claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years. 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all 3 questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Has the little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at mymensclinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you have tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow, we at mymensclinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at mymensclinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, mymensclinic.com.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, more of your phone calls coming up. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, is going to join us. We'll break down the Trump legal team yesterday and what they talked about. Also, I don't know if you know this. Wait till you hear the Green New Deal song. They got a song for the Green New Deal. Aren't you excited? It's awful. We'll play that as well coming up. It's Daybreak.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. A motorcycle driver is now in serious condition after a car slammed into him and then took off. This happened in Charlotte County at the intersection of 41 and Dahlgren Avenue. Troopers say the car involved is a white Honda Civic with damage to the front and left end. It also may have a Pennsylvania license plate. Governor Ron DeSantis says our state could have doses of a new COVID-19 vaccine within the next 3 to 6 weeks, but Florida hospitals already have a new treatment that's helping high-risk COVID-19 patients. Governor DeSantis says there are thousands of doses of monoclonal antibody treatments sent to Florida hospitals with the greatest need just days ago, including Lee Health. Naples Park community members met to discuss ways to keep their neighbors safe on Thursday after 5 women came forward saying a man tried to kidnap them. The Collier County Sheriff's Office joined in on the meeting. They say 100 tips have come in and they're looking into every single one of them. Flight restrictions are set to take effect around Southwest Florida International Airport and on Sanibel starting Saturday. Now, some are speculating Vice President Mike Pence will spend Thanksgiving holiday on Sanibel. We've reached out to the White House. We're still trying to get confirmation. Former Collier County Deputy Stephen Calkins appeared in court in the disappearance of 2 men. It's believed Calkins is the last person to see Terrence Williams and Felipe Santos alive before they disappeared 16 years ago. A hearing in the wrongful death lawsuit will take place in Iowa, where Calkins now lives on December 11th. Water will continue to flow from Lake Okeechobee into the Caloosahatchee. The Army Corps had hoped to slow or stop releases, but then Ada paid the state a visit, causing the lake levels to rise. The Corps will revisit releases after Thanksgiving. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is really backed up from the crash at Justin Wood Road and Orange River Road. Traffic is slowing for 1.5 miles heading westbound. This is near Buckingham Farms. Also, speaking of Buckingham, at Buckingham Road and Alaska Avenue, east and westbound slowdowns. I would avoid it for now, especially if you're heading out near Gunnery as well as Alvin Avenue. A slowdown on Colonial Boulevard really building heading westbound towards I-75. Also, delays continue over the Midpoint Bridge and starting to build as well on that Cape Coral Bridge heading into Fort Myers. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, mixture of sunshine and clouds, warm and breezy, where a stray shower is possible, but overall pretty limited. Chance of rain for the weekend, but not a washout, just a few spotty showers as we're breezy on Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s all the way towards Sunday, and then more of those 80s and overall pretty quiet weather pattern all the way towards the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
If I said the word Medicare, you'd probably start thinking about paperwork and deadlines. But with the annual election period ending on December 7th, here's something else to think about. $0. Florida Blue Medicare has benefits that help you save money, like a $0 monthly plan premium and $0 to low copay for prescription drugs. There's also comprehensive dental, vision, and hearing coverage that includes discounts on eyeglasses, hearing aids, and more. See all the ways Florida Blue keeps money in your pocket, and you won't think of Medicare the same way again. But hurry, December 7th is your last chance to enroll. Call 866-219-7818 or visit FloridaBlueMedicare.com/radio to switch today and see how Blue is committed to you. Florida Blue is a PPO health plan with a Medicare contract. Florida Blue Medicare is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Florida Blue or Florida Blue Medicare depends on contract renewal. All benefits not available on all plans.
With gifts from eBay, you don't have to spend a lot to say a lot. Get a DeWalt drill set for Dad that doesn't cost a lot, but still says, I love you a ton. For your all-star niece, Air Jordans that say, I can't wait to watch you take off, at a price that isn't sky high. And for your rock star husband, a Bose soundbar that speaks volumes. For those who mean a lot, eBay has gifts that don't cost a lot.
Steven Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those are you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Duncan's Diamonds invites you to our greatest Christmas sale ever. With Christmas just around the corner, everything in the entire store is specially priced right now with tremendous savings. Christmas will be here before you know it, so now's the time to buy everything from diamonds to the most fashionable jewelry at unbeatable prices. We guarantee you will be amazed and find great gifts for everyone on your list. This Christmas sale at Duncan's Diamonds is the largest ever. Now's the time to save. Come see us. You can enjoy Duncan's Diamonds layaway or save with fantastic holiday financing plans. People come from all over because we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. It's definitely worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Save during this huge Christmas sale. Duncan's Diamonds for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. We work very hard to make you happy because we believe in love. Come see us.
Duncan's Diamonds, US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. He'll be filling in for me next week as I take a little time off because apparently, according to people on my YouTube channel, I look terrible. I look tired. I got puffy eyes. Somebody's telling me I should put salt under my eyes, to which I say, you don't put salt in your eyes. But that's what is happening right now. Hi.
It's a beauty tip day here. So, yeah, why don't you do what Dan Rather used to do before his appearances? He would put cucumber slices under his eyes.
Is that what he... Oh, I had some other weird suggestions. Somebody said preparation H. Don't do this. Don't. No.
It tightens up the skin.
Oh, gross. Don't.
It was like the original Botox.
Oh goodness. Kids, valuable lesson, kids. Here it is. Don't do drugs. All right, moving on. So, look, I'm skipping the top 5 audio clips today because I really wanted to get to the meat, the heart of the matter here, as I'm combing through the geniuses and not some of the geniuses on Twitter. You should be on Parler, by the way. Go to Parler. But as I'm looking and I'm hearing more about what they witnessed in the Trump legal team yesterday, I just want to get perspective, your thoughts. And then I want to even get into what Tucker said last night, because, boy, there is an interesting back and forth on that.
Yeah, I went through the entire presser, and I didn't watch. I listened because I think you're better able to discern the real message by listening instead of watching, because the media will focus on different things, as we saw with the hair dye thing. I'm just saying, just for men, people, it doesn't bleed like that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just throwing that out there. But what I got from this, and I went in looking for the Kraken that Sidney Powell promised us on Sunday with Maria Bartiromo. You know, she said she was going to release the Kraken, and I'm going, Kraken. And then at the end of it, we didn't get Kraken. But if you review the details, especially what Rudy was saying about the fact that the hundreds of affidavits that they have to protect those people because of the death threats. And this is the odd reality that the mainstream media is avoiding reporting. Anyone who dares to step up and question this is shouted down just as if they had gotten the cancel culture after them. And in the case of some of the people, some of the attorneys, some of the affiants, new SAT word we learned yesterday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, how about that? The people who have dared to step up, their lives, their families, they're all at risk. And this really is the greatest outrageous claim that was made yesterday, but it apparently is true, as we've had lawyers who have had to quit.
Right.
And some of them are in protective custody, from what I understand.
Right.
Because of what they had to say.
And we don't get to talk about that. Well, I mean, the media doesn't talk about that part. It is a dangerous place to be if you are an affiant and you are somebody who is willing to put their name and reputation. And, oh, by the way, tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And there's that part of it as well. I mean, it is criminal if they're going to put themselves out there and be like, I lied. No, you can't do that. But having said that, I go back to this, and I talked about it twice this morning, and I'm seeing people talking about Tucker Carlson last night. And let me just say this. Number one, I have no golden calves. Sorry, I don't have them in any way, shape, or form in my life, and I certainly don't have them with individuals in the media. Sometimes people get it right, sometimes people get it wrong. It's not a baby with the bathwater throwing everything out when somebody that you appreciate, who's looking for the truth, maybe says something that rubs you the wrong way. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. I don't know what the motives are, but I will say this, and I would love to hear from you. As we heard Rudy Giuliani and others laying out the points of the case, some that are constitutional, in fact, when it comes to the 14th Amendment, and it talks about equal protection under the law and how some were afforded equal protection that others were not. It either is or isn't. There is no in between, whether it comes to the allegations that are out there that have to be verified by affidavits, which is what you do in a court of law, whether it's the fact that you're talking about a legal team that is a civil lawsuit, that is not a federal lawsuit. They don't have the luxury of an FBI, CIA, or anybody else behind them to help them to investigate. They're doing this on their own, and that takes time and a lot of to do. It's a difficult task, but they're getting down to it. And then the reputation of Sidney Powell, who I'm pretty confident after what she's had to go through with Judge Emmett Sullivan and the nonsense there, and the fact that maybe she doesn't want to put everything out. Maybe she doesn't necessarily trust everyone that's in an inner circle any place, because the walls have ears, and she's been on the other side of that and understands that even by viewing what the president has gone through. Having said all of that, Tucker last night, to me, what does he expect? Does he really think that Sidney Powell should go on his show and spend a week giving all of the information and all of the affidavits and all the names and all the evidence that they have to him because he's the vessel of truth?
Well, that's an inflated sense of self-worth on display. And Tucker has weathered the ratings downfall at Fox. Tucker and Sean have held up well after the election.
Right.
But so he's got a little right. You know, you have a right to have that swagger. But here's the thing. Sidney Powell said, look, and Rudy said it, we're not going to put it all out there because that's not what you do. You don't tip your complete hand when you're going into a battle like this.
Right.
If you do, they get to destroy it. and they will destroy it. Just the fact that CNN and MSNBC didn't even cover it live yesterday, and then after the fact, it ended at like 12:40 or 1:40 my time yesterday, and then at 2:00 I tuned in to CNN to see what are they going to say, and they said nothing for 14 minutes, and then they gave it about 20 seconds, and they came back after commercial and said, "Oh, it was just a bunch of hooey," and of course they're going to dismiss it because the dog that doesn't bark is the most dangerous dog. And that's what CNN is doing.
Right.
They are so dangerous because of what they're not saying here. And I will tell you, there's two things going on here. The thing you brought up about the protection of the most sacred right we have as Americans, and that's the right to select our government, that right to vote. That one, I thought that equal protection clause was one of the more brilliant defenses that they're mounting or attacks that they're mounting.
Yep.
But the other one, the argument Rudy made about Dominion, which I have it boiled down to a short 30-second clip if you want to hear it.
Yes, I do.
I think this must be the subject of journalism by everybody, not just by the people on the right.
The company counting our vote, with control over our vote, is owned by two Venezuelans who were allies of Chavez, are present allies of Maduro, with a company whose chairman is a close associate and business partner of George Soros, the biggest donor to the Democrat Party, the biggest donor to Antifa, and the biggest donor to Black Lives Matter. My goodness. What do we have to do to get you to give our people the truth?
And that was Rudy admonishing the press. And I wish somebody would go after all those claims and say whether or not they're true or not, because I think this election hinges on that, as do future elections.
And that's where I took, by the way, Mike Opelka joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, as he does each and every Friday. And we're talking about Tucker Carlson. We're talking about the Trump legal team and what they talked about yesterday. And that was my issue right there, Mike, with what Tucker said. If there was any issue, and it's this. Tucker wanted her on the show. He wants to see the evidence. He wants more. He's looking for the truth like we're looking for the truth. The difference is that because somebody does or does not go on Tucker Carlson's show does not make it a lie. Does not make it that there is no case here. And journalists are not going to do that job. They're not going to explore that. So it's going to be up to the court process, number one, to go through the courts, to be able to present the case, to be able to present the evidence and see where it goes. And then the second part is the biggest one, and it's this. It was weeks before that Dominion was being called out by PBS and New York Times and NBC, and everybody was doing these exposés on Dominion and Smartmatic and the concerns that they have about the machines being hacked. And they had professors on, I hacked it in 7 minutes, and they had all of these videos, and it's all out there in Al Gore's famous interwebs. You can go see it right now if you would like. It still exists. The difference is they did it then because they thought if Donald Trump wins, they want to be able to point to these machines, which they knew were corrupt and the software was corrupt, to say that Donald Trump's win was corrupt because then he was using hacked machines to win this election. But it turned out to be the opposite. They knew it, and the evidence is there. If you care about elections in the future and the integrity of the vote, when Tucker Carlson was talking about the election, and he was kind of outraged that Sidney Powell would talk about Dominion and voting and how this was not a pure election and that there was fraud in all of this and widespread fraud in every state now. And he was talking about this is the destruction of our union and the destruction of the Constitution and this is our way of life. Well, slow down. It's this machine in this moment. If this is true, we can fix it. Everything stays the same. We still have the great Constitution. We still have the rule of law. We still have a republic. Everything is strengthened by calling this out and getting rid of it. It's not weakened. What we've done is made it stronger in the future. And I think he missed that point completely. And I think a lot of people have as well. If this is wrong, let's fix it. That might be the best we get.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And maybe what Tucker has gotten blinded by is his desire to be first, to get Sidney to sit down with him and show all the evidence. There is currency in information. There is power in knowledge, as we're always saying. And you can become so obsessed and you can believe your own hype. And maybe that's what's happening here. I've only run into Tucker on a couple of occasions. And while I think he's brilliant, I also think he believes his own hype.
Yeah. And look, and I also don't. And this is not a boycott Tucker and don't watch his show. No, that's not what this is. This is just just a point about a host. Just as much as anybody would call us out if they didn't like our opinion, this is just my opinion on what Tucker did last night. And I don't look at him as the arbiter of everything that is truth and the vessel that we need to go to and the golden calf that I worship. I don't. He is a part just as we are a part, and not everything is always perfect. And I think it plays out in the courts, and we get to the truth. Now, having said all of that and putting it aside, as I'm looking at the time, and we're going to go in just a bit, the best thing ever happened yesterday, and we should all thank our lucky stars. Yes, I said thank your lucky stars, that we have it. This might be the exciting part of leading into the weekend. I leave you. Well, I don't leave you, but I give you the song of the century.
We are standing for our futures. We are healing what is wrong. We are standing for our futures, and together we are strong. Woo! We are standing for our futures. We are healing what is wrong.
I can't do it anymore. It just goes on and on.
Testify! Testify, sisters!
It's the new Green New Deal song. They made a song for the Green New Deal. Isn't it great? It's the same verse over and over again. There's no chorus. There's no C-section. There's nothing. A B-section. Did I say C-section?
Yeah, I wish there were a C-section. I'm just saying, remove that. Yeah, I watched that yesterday. I also watched, what's his name? Markey, Senator Markey up there kowtowing to these idiots. And then I listened to AOC tell us that this is the line, and I'm still trying to connect the dots here.
Yeah.
Climate action is tied to reproductive justice.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know. What? Exact. Climate action is tied to reproductive justice. AOC is, I think I may have it, because it defies any kind of explanation. If the Catholic school nuns were here, they would make you go up to the board and diagram that sentence. I think I might have it here. Let me see if this is it, because I'm running blind on this.
Go.
If it is, you have to try and decipher this.
Climate action is tied to reproductive justice, because we can't talk about poison water without talking about how so many people across this country are denied the right to build a biological family because they've been poisoned by their own water.
What does that even mean? That is the word sound.
What is that?
I'm not the expert.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I leave you with that, everybody, on this Friday. I am taking some time off. Mike Opelka is going to be filling in next week, so get excited because it'll be like this and a whole lot better.
We're going to be cooking. We're going to be cooking.
Oh, gosh, we're not doing a cooking show.
Oh, yes, we are.
It'll be more intense than that. We're going to be cooking the lies is what we're going to be doing.
That's it. And chasing it with bourbon.
That's the good part. Oh, boy. What time is it right now? I got about 3 minutes and I'll be chasing. Okay, anyway. All right. I'll see you later.
See you soon.
All right. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along our weather forecast. Here's Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
Warm and breezy for your Friday. Stray shower possible, but most are dry. Mixture of sun and clouds. And then a chance of rain for the weekend. Few spotty showers, but not a washout with temps in the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom